sensational.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you...
Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. How about that question?
Crimez.
Tomorrow. His wife's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! My birthday is tomorrow. His wife's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
From Charlemagne to DJ Envy, what a thoughtful gift.
Very thoughtful.
Okay. Second of all, you got a fine booty.
Thank you, Godfather.
You really do.
Yes.
Slap it one time. Just
Slap it one time, Godfather.
Hold on.
Hey!
If Tekashi 6ix9ine, if Tekashi 6ix9ine beats this case, I'll suck his dick. He don't even have to ask me.
Shit.
Envy always says I'm his favorite a-hole. Right?
Right.
So I decided to bring him my a-hole. Now
There
you
you
can
go.
take me home with him.
Nothing says Merry Christmas.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you...
But you gotta own it. And if you can't pull up on the bar off of who you are, you have to pull up on the bar off of who God is.
Yes.
That he chose you.
Right, the black dress and this dress are made by a designer for Givenchy named Riccardo Tisci. He's a very good friend of Kanye's. I didn't say a word.
Yeah.
I gotta leave at 2 o'clock. I'm gonna see that lady like go out, but it costs like $3. I'm gonna talk to you right now. They are saying they would have budget of full kind.
I look at it and say, well, you're somebody's wife now, but I get it. Because Kanye was probably in the corner talking about, yes, hunty.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you...
Assaulting young black girls.
Number one, he taught me how to eat ass.
Shout out to Kelly.
I learned how to eat ass because of the R. Kelly tape.
That's true.
And the come pee come thing is still one of the most
Legendary.
incredible things I've ever seen in my life. I still don't understand how a man could come and then pee right after coming and then come again. That happened.
Wait,
Mark.
that happened?
He busted a nut on this little 14-year-old girl. Then he peed on me like it was like the sperm came out, pee came out, sperm came out again. And he's told her, let it drip.
Liquid sandwich, bro.
I never seen no shit like that in my life.
Jesus.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you...
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
Look back on where I became.
Did you miss me though? For real? Because I'm saying it seems like a thing.
I
It was
miss
his
partying
birthday
with
party,
Puff, man.
But I'm talking about for your birthday.
Diddy red-penned an open letter in Rolling Stone about her experience. She spoke to me about the events that she says traumatized her.
I don't think people understand what it's like to be traumatized by somebody famous and rich. because you can't get away from them.
Tiffany Red has written for the likes of Zendaya, Jason Derulo, and Jennifer Hudson. In 2015, she became friends with Cassie while writing songs for her album. At that point, Cassie and Diddy had been together for nearly 8 years. In a lawsuit Cassie filed last month, she detailed the abuse she says Diddy committed, including physical assault. Red says although she did not know about the alleged physical assault while working with Cassie, she did witness verbal abuse on more than one occasion, one of which took place during Cassie's 29th birthday in 2015. Red says Diddy showed up at karaoke where Cassie and a group of friends were celebrating.
So he had her back into the corner, and he was like cussing her out with his hand in her face.
Later that night, Red, who was staying at Cassie's home, says she awoke to screaming.
He's standing in the living room area, and she's there, and he was like, emotional singing, there you are. And I just was like, oh, he's talking to me. And I remember, I don't know if you know what his voice sounds like, but I felt like I was in the presence of his monster inside. And I remember looking in his eyes, and I said to him, what did y'all do? Because I could see that she was really sedated. That was the first time I ever seen her high before. And then he says, tell your girl she wants some birthday. And we were like, well, I mean, he's saying this to me, and I'm like, well, she doesn't have to have sex with you if she doesn't want to. He was upset, I guess that she didn't want to do with him whatever he wanted. I don't know. I don't feel like I could advocate for myself in that moment. I realized oh, this guy is dangerous.
Red says it was only a few months ago that Cassie told her what was really going on that night in 2015, that it all stemmed from the music executive wanting her to take part in what he called a freak-off against her will. What did Cassie tell you about these freak-offs?
That he would hire these sex workers, and they would have sex with her or whatever, and he would watch and tell them what to do.
In her lawsuit, Cassie alleges she was forced to participate in freak-offs throughout her relationship with Diddy. Red learning recently one horrific detail from Cassie.
She told me the only time he was willing to do anything or work on her music, go through any plans, any of that, was when she had a freak-off. So all of our music, all my work, to find out that I spent all these years writing these songs for him to rape my friend to, is just disgusting.
In the lawsuit, Cassie detailed the physical abuse she says Diddy committed, including an instance where she was put in a hotel room for days to heal. Red says Cassie recently told her about Diddy giving her a black eye before the premiere of her 2016 film, The Perfect Match.
I remember one time her telling me that, I think it might have been The Perfect Match, that movie that she was in, and she told me that she had a black eye under her makeup.
Do you believe Diddy is a dangerous person?
Yes, I do.
Why?
I mean, look at his rap sheet.
An attorney for Cassie declined to comment. Diddy's attorney did not respond. In 2015, Diddy was arrested on 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon and other charges for allegedly beating up his son's football coach. Prosecutors declined to file felony charges related to that arrest. 24 hours after Cassie filed her lawsuit, she and Diddy announced that they had reached an undisclosed settlement. Combs released a statement saying, "We have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best." His lawyer adding that the settlement was, quote, "in no way an admission of wrongdoing."
I mean, I just feel like it's PR. He's settled because he doesn't want to go to court.
Diddy's music career spans 3 decades, including 3 Grammy Awards and the creation of Bad Boy Records, representing artists from Mary J. Blige to the late Notorious B.I.G. In September, he was awarded MTV's Global Icon Award. But since the allegations surfaced, Hulu scrapped a reality series about his family, and the Recording Academy said they are considering to rescind his invite to this year's Grammys.
I think a lot of people, especially in the black community, are, I've seen the narrative of they just trying to take a black man down. And it's just that's not what this is about. That's not what this is about. This is about accountability and a reckoning. That's just the bottom line.
As for what justice looks like,
I think justice looks like Diddy being behind bars. And I also think that justice looks like everybody getting retribution for all of the things. The amount of therapy, like I just said, all of the moments, the time, these are our careers.
And Chloe is back with us now. You hear her saying justice looks like Diddy behind bars. Is there a possibility that could still happen? Where does the criminal case stand?
So Cassie filed her federal civil suit here in New York, and the NYPD has come out and said that there is no investigation into Diddy right now. Now, that doesn't mean that the district attorney of Manhattan isn't looking into something, or perhaps investigations going on behind the scenes, but publicly, on the record, no such investigation has been confirmed. And also, there have been other lawsuits of some women coming forward with other similar accusations and allegations. And who knows if others might come forward as well. Remember, the Adult Survivors Act is set to expire at the end of this month in the state of California. And we know that Diddy, that is where he has primarily resided. So you never know if others might come forward between now and the new year.
And you spent so much time talking with Tiffany, and you can tell, even watching that back, not being in the room with her, that she has been so deeply impacted by what she says she witnessed. She has been able to sort of take this and turn it in a way, right? Can you explain that?
So she calls herself an activist, right? She's not just a singer, songwriter who's worked with so many stars, like I mentioned.
Oh, fucking with me. Talking about that. Is that a Confederate hat he wore? Yeah, nigga. Hell you talking about? This is heritage. My granddaddy's, Pappy's daddy's, and his brother fought as a Confederate soldier. Then my mama's daddy, which is my granddaddy, Freddie White, fought in the Air Force. Fuck you talking about, nigga? Uncle Joe went? Yeah, nigga. I'm the, fuck you talking about? I just had the soldier boy's ass fucking with me by my hat. Now I'm minding my motherfucking business today, boys and girls. You hear me? This is a lesson all boys and girls need to learn today. Mind your motherfucking business when you're out and about in public. And now I done went to Juicy Soul Food Cafe to go get me beef tips and rice, Juicy Soul.
What do you think about Black Little Mermaid?
Give us a black Santa Claus. We don't want a black mermaid. We want a black Santa Claus.
Taking presents away though.
You know, hey, did you ever hear this conspiracy?
Not racist.
Yeah,
I want to see Mama kissing a black Santa Claus, coming down the chimney, eating cookies, kissing somebody mama.
Oh, wow, you want to see a black man kiss a white woman?
Yeah, and then he go to jail. Every goddamn day I would walk down California Street, say, hey, what's going on, brother? Hey, what's going on, brother? Say, how you doing, sister? Them niggas didn't know how to respond to me. They think this is a cane. This ain't no motherfucking cane. This for a bunch of niggas gonna fucking with me, like they did to Shocky.
The words Kanye West and controversy pretty much live in the same sentence. So why is anyone surprised that he went this far? Hey guys, I'm Lindsay Granger for Buzz60. It's regarded by many as one of the most racist symbols in America, yet Mr. West features it in the back of his pop-up shop in Los Angeles, the Confederate flag. Yes, you heard me correctly. The flag used by extremist groups like the KKK is now part of Kanye's brand. And no, he didn't stop there. He also uses the image on t-shirts sold in his store and on tour. Many have lashed out at Kanye on social media, saying things like, if you think Kanye using the Confederate flag in merch is an empty stylistic gesture, you're losing. And I lost respect for Kanye with the Confederate flag on merchandise. And Mr. G. Christopher says what most are thinking, what is wrong with this dude? The rapper shared his thoughts on the backlash to the LA radio station 97.1 AMP, saying people should, quote, react how you want. He also said, quote, I took the Confederate flag and made it my flag. It's my flag now, so what are you gonna do? Well, you are already Jesus, Kanye. I mean Yeezus. So I guess there's not much we can do but sigh. Buzz60. Now you know, pass it on.
Nigga, I'm just like you. Nigga, never loved us. You a love every shot. Look at you, look at you, and look at you. I'm glad that it chose us.
Welcome to Thought Crimes, everyone. This is your girl, Sincere, and I'm here with...
Hey, what's up, everybody? Of course, this is your man, Prince Solomon. Yes. Good morning. I want to know in the chat, just to check in on you all, after all of that media trauma, how do you all feel this wonderful morning? As you all can see right now, we are about to get into the breakdown of what's taking place with online media, online political media, not necessarily geopolitical media, because people don't have these energies to get over there. They're really focused and primarily focused on American media. And we're going to talk about how there is a race play theme right now by way of Mr. Ye, Kanye West, of course. And then we are going to double back around as to when 50 Cent put up that erroneous footage of a Method Man going off about, things, as far as rumors getting spread on the internet, this, that, and the third. Now, to the wonderful people in the chat, some of the folks says, you guys got to watch the whole video. I don't have a problem with it. We've seen the whole video, just to let everybody know. We've seen the whole video. However, when we did further research, there were some questionable things that came up as to concern Mr. Ye, and even an Italian designer. What is his name? Christian Tisch?
I don't know, SpaghettiOs, some shit like that.
Yeah, Christian Tisch. He's the one actually that designed the kilt phase for Mr. Ye during the Watch the Throne tour.
And some of that KKK outfits as well.
Right.
Now, this is who Wendy Williams alleged is Ye's male lover. We're not alleging that. She alleges that, and some other people in the industry.
Right.
And this is what we think 50 Cent could have been
insinuating,
sending a bird call out towards. And as Thought Crimes, we pick up on subliminals and do our research. And man, what we're about to go into is some crazy weirdo shit.
Well, okay, for some of you all right now, I know a lot of you all, you've been frustrated online, with Nick Fuentes, the Charlie Kirks. Now, some folks may not know these people, but you may have seen some of these dusty individuals in passing. What you do know, though, for the most part, what I will say most of you all understand is that Ye gave the alternative racist white media a spirit bomb charge. In fact, one could argue when you see something like Tucker Carlson getting reinvigorated when he had a chance to sit down with Ye or Kanye, or what you've seen when he went on Alex Jones, not only with the Confederate flag, but also putting on the black Ku Klux Klan hoodie. And right now, there is a race play marriage, a race play hooded justice marriage between certain black men and a few black women online that are into race play shenanigans and soul contracts with some of these racist white folks and white boys specifically online. So we are about to go ahead and just kind of break all of this down, and it does tie into hip hop. It does, unfortunately, it does double over into hip hop because it's Kanye West.
Yeah, well, Prince and I did 6 years ago when we said the extremist right in hip hop. And at the time we had Ye, we had Kid Rock, Milo, Yiannopoulos, and all that. Man, it turned out that shit is just all the way true. That part. I don't know about this gay Italian lover shit. Again, that part is allegations by Wendy. But we have Ali Alexander, we got Nick Fuentes, we have Ye, we have Candace Owen, Charlie Kirk. We have so many people, Charleston White.
Raceplay.
All of these niggas are connected to some weirdo bottom black bitch shit. I mean, it is some get out stuff. Oh, sorry, Prince, I shouldn't be cursing early in the morning. But we're gonna go even into some more receipts on our Patreon, so make sure y'all sign up. But it is.
If it's later in the stream, say you can, but
I know.
Yeah,
but no, but you're right, Prince.
Yeah.
But it's some really weird stuff. And also it's very homoerotic. It's Nick Fuentes says he hates black people, but he has some questionable takes. That's why it makes sense that Rob Smith, the comb-over gay conservative, if you look at the video, he said Nick Fuentes loved gay sex. And then that's when the MAGA guys called him the F word that rhymes with maggot. And there's a lot of questionable behavior with Nick Fuentes and some of these black dudes that they're with and black women, because allegedly, here you go with Candace Owens in the mix too. So there's some really disturbing stuff going on.
Yeah, so all right.
One other thing,
Go
Chris,
ahead,
too. Ali Alexander was also caught trying to coerce a teenage boy of sex. This is why he had dropped out of being in the crew, because they snitch on each other.
Okay.
And then you have Milo, who basically was advocating for underage sex. He's right now with Kanye West, Mr. Ye.
Right. Okay, so let's break it down, right? So you have a situation here. All right, I'll jump into hip hop real quick. Okay, what was the line that Drake had? He says, "You guys are obsessed with me, and it's not even on no hetero vibe," right?
Yeah, and at first we just thought, okay, that's Diddy, but that's Diddy and possibly Ye. This is a zesty network.
You all in the chat, honestly, folks, what did Drake do to Kanye West? And this is not me speaking up on the behalf of Drake. This is just me having you all to question what's presented in front of you.
Right, because this is wanted like the comic book. They're just bad guys. There are no good guys. Right. This is wanted.
Right. So what did Drake do that was so egregious that warranted that type of militaristic attempt, mutiny of Drake? You have to ask yourself. Again, you guys can go look up the information concerning not only Wendy Williams. One thing you can say about Wendy Williams, it could have been distasteful at one point in time for some people, but most of her evidence usually was fact checked out to be true. Remember, Wendy Williams first time around got canned because she exposed Diddy way back when, right? I actually believe her current state may be the completion of an assassination hit. I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
But we wouldn't be surprised if people purposely took her out the game. And also, I mean, like, at this point, are there any straight men in this industry? I mean, damn.
Well, the answer is no. The answer is no.
Even in politics, the Charlie Kirk ugly flat face white boys.
Right.
The white boys who says MAGA and all this other stuff, a lot of them are seemingly down low too.
Well, I told Sin when I first saw Nick Fuentes, I said, baby, that ain't a straight man right there. And
allegedly.
Well, Nick Fuentes and his whole thing is that he has not, what is he, a virgin?
He claims to be an incel.
Okay, incel, questionable. Maybe we haven't made the decision. So think about this. You have a culture that has an extreme hatred of women. And this is why, to my fellas, I always say, you guys don't need to be over there with those dust mites. So you have Ye running around with a lot of these white supremacists. There's a lot of white supremacists that now have been invigorated or reinvigorated. In fact,
he was with them for a long time. Under our nose. During Yeezus and stuff, he was working with these people.
Okay, so there's such white supremacists, they fought for Alex Jones to come back. They didn't fight for Kanye West to come back. All right? Think about that. So they went right to business as usual. Tucker Carlson talked about, remember, and now there's this Confederate agenda right now. Look, I'm from the South. There's people that I know whose family members, black family members, did participate in the Confederacy. That does not go untrue.
And it's a minority of them, though.
Right. However, though, these individuals, this is being propagated for something else. This is white supremacist views. Even when Tucker Carlson stands on stage and says, "I'm a descendant. We're the descendants of people who fought for the Confederacy." Remember, they keep trying to do this Civil War. This whole Civil War thing. And notice what we keep telling you all. Everything that is code word for woke has to do with black people.
And that whole thing about Ye fighting for on the behalf of black artists in the industry, bullshit. How you been doing this Raceplay shit from since Yeezus, when you've had all these alleged weirdos up your butt, and all of a sudden you supposed to be for black people? Nah, son. All you've been doing, it's a whole network of them. So Ye is connected to Myron and Fresh and Fit, who's connected to academics because he's a part of it too, who's connected to the Alexander guy who was caught texting an underage boy sexually, who was caught who is also connected to Charleston White, who's trying to put as the Joker, trying to put out the whistle blowing on this weirdo stuff too. So they all have like a network where they're assisting these white boys like Nick Fuentes. They trying to give them more notoriety. Notoriety. No Jumper is a part of it. He's a weirdo. And notice, No Jumper's into that weirdo Raceplay stuff too. The list go on with Sneaky-O, who pretends to be a black guy because he got a no hair on the top of his head. He's a part of it.
Well, I want to say this because I don't want to lose anybody, so we're going to walk this down so y'all can understand. Shouts out to Reap. Says, yo, Prince, I'm lost. What Alex do? Alex Jones has been able to come back on X. But keep in mind, a lot of people in that alternative, dusty, I guess you want to say post-MAGA space, right? A lot of them fought for him to come back. Like I said before, and like Sin said before several times over and over, Kanye West said everything they said. Kanye West actually had the biggest platform concerning that sector.
Which he was supposed to. That's what he's a crew. Like, look at Ali Alexander wearing his clothing.
Right. Kanye West said everything they said. Talked about Jewish people like a dog. Talked about aspects of the black community like a dog. These are things that a confused Aladdin-looking nigga like Ali Alexander appreciates. Tucker Carlson loves it. Alex Jones loves it. Nick Fuentes loves it. Kanye West is quite possibly the biggest simp in hip-hop.
Oh, I agree. And I don't care what you say, Strategy King, just to throw him in there. Nah, your boy's being weird. He hasn't said anything to counter this energy. If you talk about slander, why he's running around with Milo Galapagos Island, who said he approves of man-boy sex. Like, no. And then you go after Balenciaga, but you got Milo around. That don't make no fucking sense.
So this is the other side of it too, just to put this out there as we move on forward. So the whole thing concerning this weird race play that goes on. If you go look at the Watchmen with the hooded justice and you see the race play action that goes there. Ye went over there to the white boys, right? And the racist ones. Again, even when you talk about black media, Jason Lee. I'm going to go over to black media and then you go to Jason Lee.
All the guys are gay. Like, he went to Jason Lee for black media, and then he went to that YouTube guy who's also gay. Like, why do we keep getting a theme here?
Well, as you can see with Steve Stout, as you see with Diddy, as you guys see with TD Jakes, and even Two Tone the God, there is a theme for black men in that space to have sexual depravity and humiliation rituals. I'll say that again. There is a theme in that space for black men to have sexual depravity and humiliation rituals. What's the little boy that kept crying? The little round-faced boy. The joke is that he always owes Drake. He always owes people money. And he kept crying about the things he had to go through. He was talking about suicide. And then Two-Tone was like, weren't you on the island with Diddy?
No, yeah, I agree. Look, when you talk about association, if you're associated with Jeffrey Epstein, just to go to your point, right? Because the logs are going to come out on January 1st.
You mean the redacted ones?
The redacted ones,
redacted.
right. In a case with Milo, if you're hanging out and you have him on your political team, you say, Milo, I want you to help me with my presidency for 2024. And he said he's into man-boy love. Then you are guilty by association. Right? Like, if we're talking about even like if you've been to them Diddy parties and you've done some stuff at those parties, allegedly, then you are guilty by association.
Well, as you move on forward and you see, okay, look at with this alternative white space. Look at all the black people. Look, they're all the bottoms. There's not one person over there that is seen, particularly if you're talking about the black men, because they tried to integrate this energy into hip hop. This is why Kanye West was used as a Trojan horse. This is why Charleston White is used as a Trojan horse. Say some things that you agree with concerning the black community, but people have been talking about what has been the issues of the black community since going back to slavery. You know, so, I mean, you literally have to be a fool to kind of not understand what's going on in the black community.
Right.
So you have an influencer like Kanye West that he pulled the like of Vic Mensa up under his coat. Had him out here with the Confederate flag. Not for the same reasons about talking about heritage. Again, I will say that in Georgia, in Mississippi, in Alabama, you do have black people whose folks served in the Civil War. It doesn't mean they're running around here talking about they're supporting the KKK. It's just what happened. Remember, black people were almost at some point in time seen as indentured service, where they would try to fit in wherever they could, or they were told to fight in the war.
Even though the majority of black people fought for the Union, and the majority of black people were actually the majority of abolitionists.
And again, I will say this. I want us to stay on this particular brand of topic here, because we're putting out here what goes on with the Raceplay right now. This is why you see them always kind of floating in hip-hop. This is why some of you all remember what they're doing. The trick is that they've been paying people off. Look, we had an individual that talked to us some time ago before this wave even took place, that originally they were to use Kwame Brown. I guess Kwame didn't go far right enough. Just a regular old conservative Southern energy. Wasn't enough. We need somebody to put on a Klansman hoodie. We need somebody to go crazy, go wild, this, that, and third. And if you notice, like I said, Kanye West said the same stuff a lot of the white boys are saying.
And to your point, ain't none of these guys standing on no manhood. And I'll let you speak more so on that, Prince. But how you speaking on manhood where everybody you got is a predator? Why you walking around as Mr. Ye with Milo Yiannopoulos, who say he's into man-boy love, and you still with him? And
then Ali Alexander.
And Ali Alexander, who's wearing gay clothes, and he was caught fucking with underage boys. Like, what is the theme here? There's some weird stuff going on.
Yes.
You know, now, yes, is Ye caught actually messing around with young boys or anything like that? No. But you seem to keep hiring a lot of people and working with a lot of weirdos in that industry while claiming you're against all of this passionate stuff, you're against all this stuff. But yet, every time we see you in alternative space, you have a bunch of weirdos next to you. You have no heterosexual straight men, no black men around you that's really for the community. You talk about culture vultures and vultures and this and that, but you got Yes Jules and then other booty warriors around you. It's a lot of weirdo energy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these people on the screen, because some of you are probably like, man, who are y'all talking about? All right, Ali Alexander. All right, he's the Mexican you see on the left. Excuse me, my bad. I think, what is he? Is he black? He's biracial? What is he? All right, and then you have Nick Fuentes on the right. Now, some of you all may have come across Nick Fuentes' talking point. He's a white supremacist. We can talk about blacks being freed out of prison. If Prince Solomon was out here signing blacks up out of prison, but y'all saw me walking around here with white supremacists, what would y'all say? I want to take social engineering off the table. I didn't produce and I didn't make College Dropout. I didn't make Late Registration. I may make you laugh. But I'm regular old Prince Solomon. But if you saw me, yeah, man, we're getting black people out of prison, and you may see it, but y'all see me walking around through downtown New York with white supremacists, having dinner, being on live streams with white supremacists. What would you all say in the chat?
What would we all say if you saw Prince walking around with guys who advocate for man-boy love?
What would you all say? Again, this is where social engineering comes in at. The social engineering is the fanfare. Oh, he made College Dropout. He made Yeezus. He made Donda. Take all of that away. He's a regular old black man, and he's getting black people out of prison, but he's running around with white supremacists. What would you say?
And also, I'm glad you said that too, getting people out of prison. So did Van Jones. And Van Jones is another weirdo. You have a lot of people. Oprah says she's done great things for the black community. But then we saw about her school in South Africa, or whatever part of Africa it was at, where it got a lot of questionable things going on in that school that has been happening. Yeah. So I don't believe in they do good things. No. And Holly Weird, in Hollywood, there's a lot of people who try to hide behind good things when they're really doing bad things.
Yeah.
But they want to appear as being good. And Ye has not worked with not one black person that was about building a community from scratch. It's all been a bunch of white supremacists and man-boy lovers.
Yeah, look, I mean, he was on tour with Nick Fuentes. It's not Nick Fuentes is a devout white supremacist. I personally understand from growing up in Georgia, a lot of them are closeted and their lovers are usually the color of Lance Gross. That's from what I've seen. But I want you guys to think about what they're getting ready to do for this election selection cycle too. This is why they're rolling out pseudo social media stars. You see what's going on with Charleston White. He sat down with some Klansmen. Honestly, Charleston White didn't really have that same bite when he was in front of those Klansmen.
Yeah, so when Charleston White was in front of those white guys, he was being very watered down and lame.
Yeah, he was being very watered down and sorry.
He always has something funny and prolific to say when he's around a bunch of black people. But then he's around these white boys. He was really, really milquetoast.
Yeah, and these are Klansmen. But again, why do you need to see this? What would be the point of me seeing a black man publicly pair with Klansmen? Like what psychological democratic plantation thing that I need to see about a black man running around with Klansmen?
Yeah, he's working with Sneaky-O. He's working with Milo, Ganopolis, Man Boy Love Island. He's working with everyone but actual real black people. So at this point, it's all the way suspect. And like what you said, Prince, no one else would get away with this. And also people talk about Jay-Z. We don't care about Jay-Z either. We've been talking about him and we got more to say about him later down the line. But right now we're focusing on Ye. You got basically you've been partnering up with every freaknik weirdo that you can think of, basket case, that is also anti-black. Why are all your friends in this space weird? Nick Fuentes, weirdo. Ali, Ye was hanging around with Ali Alexander. Yeah. Bro got caught doing sexual activities allegedly with young boys, texting them weird sexual stuff. You with Milo Galapagos Allen, who basically advocated for man-boy love. You go on Tim Pool. You went everywhere. I've never seen Ye with no sensible black people. I never seen him say, oh, I'm gonna work with Yvette for ADOS, so reparations. I've never seen him work with independent black media. And then he said, oh, it's about the Jews. And that's what he's about. But then, again, you see the people he hanging out with, it's like,
It's what it is. And so did the KKK love Hitler. I mean, honestly, I could care less that you love Hitler. I could care less that you love Hitler. You know, all I'm saying is this, and as well with saying, this race play in media, and we've seen it before when Trump was in office. People bringing up Joe Biden to me, I could care less about Joe Biden. I don't care about Joe Biden. We know that a lot of the mentors and friends concerning Joe Biden are tied to the KKK as well. See, what people have to understand is this. Left wing, right wing is a dirty bird, right? On both sides of the game, people are tied to white supremacists. And that's the part of when it comes to fanboyism and fangirlism when it's socially engineered. So with Ye being who he is, going through that space and empowering them, because that space is really hot because of Ye. That whole space is hot because of Ye. But what I did see, even black guys we talked to, they told us in the privacy, they about to get alt-right money. I'm about to go get this Klansman money. Okay, fine. Do your thing. But don't you be one of those weirdo red pillars when you see IG girls getting their money and say these hoes are selling their soul.
Yeah, I'm on the other side of it. Nah, these are Charlie Kirk. This it has some weird connection with Rob Smith, the gay guy,
right?
Black guy, and Charlie. Allegedly, Charlie Kirk is on some allegedly down low shit too. And this look like it'd be a whole like bottom Confederate network, bottom bitches, Confederate RS. But also, just to bring up some more stuff, since people are going to be saying this too, Strategy said that he's worked with Boyce Watkins. That's not saying much. And then you saying, oh, people are too afraid to work with Ye. That's so much of a lie. We're not talking about industry people. Industry people are afraid to work with anybody. So that's a cop-out.
Right.
There is a plethora of a lot of black media that isn't Myron, who put on a white Klansman hat.
But he did say he worked for the feds.
And Myron worked for the feds and said monkey noises. Is a lot more than just academics. Why everybody you working with is a bitch?
So, the Raceplay in the media is in full swing, and expect to see more of it. And not only the media, but it does also concern the election cycle. Now, some of these boys are going to be paid off to be presented as pseudo opposition for the left. Some of them are paid to be as exaggerated in their personality as possible. And what they're going to be doing is looking to agitate every button possible concerning black folks. As I told you guys before, it's the black oil. They need black people's social engagement. One of the reasons why Elon Musk took over Twitter. And ever since then, this is all you see trending, is trying to get black people's social engagements to the Charlie Kirks, to some of these other people again, over and over and over. And right now, what they've been doing, now that they kind of got their swing going, they're forming networks together. They're forming cliques together. But a lot of these guys also are tied to some of y'all hip hop favorites too. I mean, you have to ask yourself, why would Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz get called niggers at a party by a billionaire's wife?
And we also know, we had also other people on here. Even DJ talked about how a billionaire's been calling black people the N-word. He even was around one of them that was calling black people the N-word.
We was actually in conversation with one, and we heard this
white
heiress,
woman.
Well, she's an heiress. You're right.
Yeah.
Also, she's an heiress to a billionaire, and I know for you all like thought crimes, man. How in the hell did you, listen? Don't ask us. The shit just happens. And she's on tip. She's with this black man, and she is calling him the nigger over and over and over.
Even though they had a kid together.
Yes.
And the receipts on them tweaking on drugs. But like this is the problem. Like, Ye is a false prophet, and that's what he is coming off as. We can clearly see it. Everybody you are associated with is a con artist, just like everybody before you was associated with a con artist. When you was around the Jay-Z's and them, didn't Ye leave Dame Dash to go into the utopia of Hove, no socks but shoes? Also with Diddy in them. Come on. And then also what he's in this alternative space, all of the people always have some slick anti-black thing to say. They always on white nuts, but they're always critical of black people. And then they also be having some weird connection with kids, some of them. How, again, we got Milo, we got Ali Alexander with the kid shit. Then you got allegedly Charlie Kirk and Rob Smith, possibly some connection that is questionable between them. Then Nick Fuentes, like the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah, so
Balenciaga.
Well, remember when Balenciaga got exposed, they asked Jay about Balenciaga, and he said, "Never mind Balenciaga." He said that. The truth warrior said that. Now, Ye ain't talk about them children. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. You ain't really saying nothing real to me. I can go talk to my old wild ass mother and let her go off about the black community, single black motherhood, unemployment with black men. gang culture. You literally can take a stone and hit any black person in the head, and they will run you the stats down about what's going on with the black community. They're black. They live there. So, hey, newsflash, he's not saying anything that's all that innovative. In fact, it's mediocre. Because honestly, what has been said, yeah, you went on your Jewish rant, your tour, but that's because you're in media. And if you know the history of Jews in media, a lot of white boys didn't want nothing to do with those studios. So Eastern European Jews bought them up way back when, almost 100 years ago.
I agree. It seemed like, yeah, he's helping these white boys clear real estate. Again, I don't see him with nothing revolutionary. It's the same old crap, the same old nonsense. Milo working on his campaign for 2024. Everybody seems like they're into some weird race play. Yeah, he's gonna be working with Fresh and Fit soon. That's what you're gonna see.
Absolutely.
That's what you're gonna see.
And even in the white boy space, the white boys are laughing at Fresh and Fit losing their money.
Oh yeah, and I saw them photos with Myron and some of them white boys. Looked like he was up to questionable behavior as well.
Yes. Yeah. Also, yes, think about Jesse Lee Peterson, and then it came out that he had a white male lover.
Allegedly, yeah. Allegedly.
The guy gave an interview.
I know. But allegedly he's gay. Allegedly Jesse Lee is down low, and we had a stream on that. And you're right. He had a white gay lover come out, just like Ali Alexander is into white gay lovers and also underage boys. Just like, well, Milo's into black gay lovers. I mean, so what if you're hanging around all these people? What does that say about you? What does that say about you?
Yeah, and remember now, Jesse Lee Peterson at one point in time, he been at it with his slow self for a long time, but remember, they were uplifting him, right? And then one of these individuals came forward and said they had been a lover with Jesse Lee Peterson for some time. That's what I said. Honestly, from some of the stuff even Sin and I have heard, honestly, I hate to tell you all. Look, I did tell you guys some streams ago, some of you all's favorite MCs are going to be exposed. Get ready for it. If you can't deal with the overt exposure of Ye, who's running around with Klansmen, then Uncle, here come Charleston White. Well, let me get mines in because they slid him 200,000 here and 200,000 there, right? If you cannot deal with this conversation, some black folks are going to stroke out when some of their favorite MCs' names come up in a way that they never expected it.
And I agree with that. And also to the liberal front, if we're going after Jay-Z for the Hillary Clinton and the Joe Biden and all that other stuff, and they have their own weird situation going on there too, and Ye goes over to the conservative mirroring versions of those things, there is no difference. It's one and the same.
Yeah.
And to your point, Prince, and anyone can get called out. Nobody in that industry is special. This is fucking thought crimes. This ain't no PBS or no damn Disney. This is no political front campaign from no Democratic shill or no Republican shill. I don't give a fuck about none of these people. If you come up being where people who messing with kids, but you say you're against it, and if you're hanging out people who are bottoms, but you say you against it, I'm going to look at you like, all right, you're playing in my face. This is just like how we talk about with TD Jakes and that whole
Swallow
church
Swallow. He was playing in their face.
Swallow, you playing in our faces.
You was playing. TD Jakes have been playing in people's faces for a long time. Swallowed, right? Now you heard what Choke Goes Broke allegedly said at one time, that he saw a text on Two Tone's phone, I guess from his superiors, talking about, yo, when you gonna bring that thing back up here? But again, look, some of these men that are supporting these guys in the audience, I'm not talking about this particular chat, I'm saying the audience of social media, you are supporting Omega men. I'll say that again. You are supporting Omega males. They are not who you think they are. Some of the guys that they sit up there, white or black, they're sitting up there and they're like, you know, we gotta get rid of this woke economy, and we have to excuse me, we have to do this plantation and all this other stuff. Or they're trying to come across as the alpha males, right? But then you'll find out a lot of them got their legs gapped open.
I agree with
and
you.
And
Prince.
again,
a lot of open it.
I'm not. It's not about
for that cash.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's not even about banging on queer individuals. I don't care about that. I'm talking about the liars. It's the liars. As you all see, even with hip hop, I can mention some hip hop names right now that'll make some of you all vomit. Like, you guys would literally feel like Neo after he been unplugged from the Matrix. I still listen to their music, but I know what I've heard about them. I know what people have told me directly, but it's not my business because I don't really see them out here on a hate campaign. They're just making their music, and an aspect of their life, which should be private, is hidden. It's not a part of their public identity. However, when you see these guys running around, like Zen said, with the Charlie Kirks, the Ali Alexanders, luring young boys, then you have Milo Galapagos Island with his Marge Simpson pearls, trying to explain why he's okay with the Man Boy Love Confederation, Mamba, Nambla, right?
I agree, and being around, you got some alpha bottoms, some power bottom, and Ye is coming off like a bratty bottom, and then also Prince talked about the whole Sigma thing, and this is not Sigma energy. Hanging around those type of people and having them work in your camp, it's really, really, really bizarre. And if it was anybody else, they would get called out. Well, now that we see it and we see this information, we're calling it out. I'm not in love with none of these guys. I don't know none of them. All of them have done destructive shit to the black community. I don't trust any of them, and I don't trust anybody who on one hand talks about all this stuff that black people need to do, but be around Nambla characters.
Well, you can say about, listen, I get it. You know, we talk about these individuals. I get it. The first thing to vomit is, oh, what about Obama? Everybody's seen Obama. Actually, I went up to Chicago and talked to some folks around that time. They said, yeah, man, it's it's some weird stuff, right? But also I can talk about George W. Bush and his said alleged lovers too. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know people feel like throwing out the names and trying to see, are y'all Democratic shoes? I'm gonna be honest with you. You can't dance with us.
You won't be able.
You won't be able to dance with us.
Anybody who try to
your
take
arms
us on,
too short to box with God.
You can't take on people who don't have any affiliation to any of this weirdo shit. No one can take us on, because anyone who's fake will lose. Period.
Listen, folks. It's not even just that. We're talking about this media hub right now. This Raceplay media hub. Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson, Elon Musk, Andrew Tate. It's funny how Andrew Tate's daddy is CIA, but you guys talk about CIA when it comes to the left and the media. The CIA does over 70%, 60 to 70% of its intel in America. Where do you think it is? Entertainment, social media. It's just what it is. So Andrew Tate's daddy can work for the CIA. We can be overly suspicious when it concerns black folks everywhere else, but Andrew Tate's daddy can work for the CIA. Alex Jones can have connections to the feds. He can even lie on William Cooper. You all can act like y'all didn't hear none of that, right? We can see Ye running around openly with Klansmen and white supremacists.
And gay Klansmen.
There you go.
Gay Klansmen too. These are and some brown gay Klansmen as well. This is some, again, bizarre stuff. Look, Strategy King, he's gonna always be pro Ye, and that's fine. Like I said, people in the think tank can have their own opinion, but unless Ye actually come on and show otherwise, so far I have not seen anything different. The research stands out. The research is true. Now again, I don't know if he's gay. Can't prove that. That's alleged by Wendy Williams and his Italian gay lover. That's all alleged by Wendy Williams. But this other stuff, Ye has brought it upon himself. He's been with the vultures that Dame Dash talked against. He's with Diddy, the vulture. He's with all the vultures on the left. Then he went with all the vultures on the right. That doesn't look like a man who's standing on his own to me. Yeah. And he does not come on black independent media to clear none of this stuff up. And then also, the audacity for someone in that cesspool of a space to think that somebody supposed to blindly trust and believe that person. Dark crimes would be fucking idiots if we just say, oh man, I'm gonna believe everything Jay-Z said and Beyonce say and Ye says. I'm gonna believe everything they say because blah 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 blah. No, I don't believe none of these people.
Well, again, they're going to be having a sweep. Even with the logs, I see some of the boys are being cute online. They're mentioning a bunch of celebrities. They're going to have a bunch of writers on the right wingers on the logs too as well. It's kind of like, we can talk about, I guess we can drag like black women when you get a situation like Rihanna and Chris Brown or even Meg Thee Stallion. Then let me take Meg off because let's just say Rihanna. They drag black women. Like, man, black women always getting beat up. Why they up under the fist? Right? And then they drag them. This is the mindset. Now, the white girl that threw Jonathan Majors in jail, I have not seen any of the black men publicly dragging white women. Somehow, when the white girl is involved, it's all women. See, you can't win in America.
I saw that
too. It's all women. No, there is a white woman that weaponized her whiteness and used a racially biased system to imprison a black nigga. I'll say that again. When Rihanna got the shit beat out of her, everybody got a chance to drag black women for trying to destroy Chris Brown's black man career, light-skinned black man Virginia career. That white girl lied on Jonathan Majors. I have not seen no one from the right. I have not seen a red pillar. I have not seen a black red pillar. I haven't seen a black pillar. I haven't seen nobody from that space drag white women. You want to tell me, oh, it's all women. No, not all women would be able. In fact, if Jonathan Majors was really kicking a black woman's ass, it's more than likely she would not have been able to win. Statistically, go look at the stats of black women having to prosecute abusers. It's literally some Washington Wizard shit. This is why I said I don't play any of these games. Dog, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Left wing, right wing, y'all know me. I don't care about the perspective of who you're gonna assign to. You trying to pick slave masters.
And both them sides have been trying to steal from dark crimes. We're not playing no games. I don't give a fuck about David Banner. Don't give a fuck about Charlemagne, the Breakfast Club. I don't give a fuck about also the right be trying to steal. That Charlie Kirk is gonna fail. Nobody give a fuck about your dark crimes because you're fucking whack. I don't care about woke turning to awake. When we castigated woke years ago, before the right stole what we were trying to say and manipulated it, we were just saying, oh, there are some black people in Hollywood bastardizing woke and letting liberal whites use it to mess up our community. And then the right weirdos and people who watch our show took from that and used the word woke then now to get at the black people and to attack black people, like that dumb Bethany chick who basically said wrote a book where she didn't even know the definition of the word woke. So it's like y'all are coming to dark crimes to steal from us and to try to manipulate our points, our talking points, to try to screw over other people, and I'm not having it.
Well, also you got to keep in mind, again, these are all media heads. They're incentivized. They're incentivized to castigate black folks. In fact, a lot of people look on the 700 Club. I remember I was flipping the TV. I was flipping the channel, and there was a Christian rocker with Pat, whatever his name is, on the 700 Club. Another weirdo that has strange TBN allegations himself. It's kind of funny on both sides of the spectrum. There's strange energy concerning babies. But we had to get more into that on our Patreon. Subscribe to our Patreon where we can be raw and unfiltered. I love my baby sitting. A lot of times I just be telling, hey, come on now, babe. We just gotta keep it going with the algorithm, and people do enjoy listening to our talking points. When we get raw on the Patreon.
No, you're right, Prince. Everybody told us to follow. Even in the chat, they say follow the rules, Dark Crimes. We don't want you gone. All right, we're following the rules of YouTube. Y'all can watch the more explicit stuff on Patreon. But what I'm saying is to even Ye's representative strategy team, if we saw this stuff with anybody else, you would have wanted us to call it out. Ye is no different. He's not special. Well, anyone who's doing any of this weird stuff or alleged stuff can be called to task. And you can't manipulate our audience and say, oh, talk about Obama. They've seen us destroy Obama. You can't tell them to tell us to talk about Jay-Z. We gave Jay-Z the benefit of the doubt, just like we gave Ye some time. And then we found out Jay-Z was full of crap and Ye is full of crap too. So no, you can't go in our audience and try to do that shit, because they seen our body of work. And they know we've been very open to trying to give people a chance, even though we've seen the writing on the walls, only for them to confirm our first instincts with our first reporting when we talked about these people being disturbing.
Yeah, so look, I'm gonna be honest with you all. There's a play, and I get it, because when you talk about the economy of the millennials, which is a generation that the previous generations and previous administrations of different factions of government, even the Democrats and Republicans, they left the millennials with much to do about nothing. So, of course, a lot of millennials, particularly men, you know, one of the masculine principles of expression for a masculine vessel is to be able to provide commerce, to be able to exert energy in a masculine fashion and then have a return of what you put into the universe. So if I work 13 hours on a shift, my check should be looking good by the end of the week, 14, 16 hours. And that is a basic fundamental principle that a lot of not only just men and women would like to do. But I'm speaking to the males. This is one of the reasons why you'll see a lot of the men will pose with a lot of these weirdos, because statistically, if you look at the unemployment rate concerning black men, and then also if you go across the spectrum too, because there's aspects of millennial white males and their lack of being able to have social engagement, there's also increasing a rate of suicide amongst men in this country, period, across the board. But at the highest, you find aspects of black folks, black men. So what you have are men saying, well, I want to make money somewhere. You know, they're not giving me what I need at a job where I'm working 7 hours a day and they send me home and they may be ready to fire me. So, of course, they're going to get online and go where they feel the money is, which is troll Black America. If you notice, I told you guys before, the first black YouTuber I seen monetized was Toto Sotomayor. I remember watching that happen. I said, Like Drewski says, what do you mean by that? Why is he monetized? And there was a braggadocio, and honestly, he knew where he was able to get the highest engagement, so he kept striking there, right? A lot of these boys online, even when you see Charleston White over there, that's for money. A lot of these, even when you see Myron Gaines putting on the Klansman hoodie, talking about black people, there's over 300 million variations of caucasity in this country. You're going to get a lot of views shitting on black people.
Oh yeah, and just to add to your point, it's not about people's gifts anymore, because Ye has sold his gifts to all groups. Right. The liberal elites and then the conservative elites. Is Ye a smart guy? I think he is. That's the only thing I think is real about him. Everything else, he comes off as fake. You say one thing, then you're around again a bunch of man-boy lovers. Ali, Alexander, Milo, Galapagos Island, incels like Sneakio and or Sneeko, whatever his name is, and Nick Fuentes. People who are always hating on black people 24/7, and they're allowed to say what they need to say, freedom of speech, because I am an advocate for that, of course. But we're also allowed to say what we need to say. And if we had this much of a case file on anybody else, we would drop an atomic bomb on them.
It actually did that with Jay-Z when he said we're past kneeling.
Yeah.
And they immediately came to a very resounding, unified conclusion. He didn't even have to run around with Klansmen. Think about that. All Jay-Z said is we're past kneeling. He wasn't running around with white supremacists and Klansmen. And you know what? Black America says, man, Jay-Z's a sellout. I keep telling you also, it's the Gemini energy. A lot of people are sweet. They're very sweet on Geminis. Ye been running around here with white supremacists, blue supremacists. He been running around here talking about the craziest stuff.
Been running around with conservative bottoms.
Yeah, I mean, and people are like, well, let me wait to figure it out.
I mean, how much can we? Ali Alexander, the black dude who looked like with that ugly ass fried up hair he got.
Right.
But that dude was caught texting and giving sexual energy to a young boy. Milo was caught advocating for man-boy love. Nick Fuentes, I haven't seen in Ye's entire career. Where are the normal people? Where are the normal people who are fighting against tyranny and against the deep state wars? It seems to be rich assholes who are into weirdo stuff fighting each other. Because, I don't see any difference. On the mirroring and on the liberal end, I see a bunch of people who are man-boy lovers too. And people are into making excuses for the young. I even think, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, I think Ye was even advocating for R. Kelly. So, I mean, like, what birds of a feather?
Look, I mean, if it was anybody else, I'm telling you all, people would come to a faster conclusion.
You was hanging out, he was hanging out with Jeffree Star. She's a Confederate lover too.
She said it herself. Even though having Raceplay black boyfriends. Look, this is just what it is, and you're getting into that weird space again. You're getting into that weird space. Myron Gaines is a weirdo.
Yes.
These are weird. Nick Fuentes is a weirdo.
Yes.
Jesse Lee Peterson is a weirdo.
Yes.
Okay. Ali Alexander is an Aladdin weirdo. These are strange people. Milo is a weirdo. Alex Jones is bizarre.
Yeah, he said he had case files. Alex Jones said he had secret information that can destroy Joe Rogan's career, Candace Owens' career, and possibly Ye, since he's over there, because Alex Jones is the Hoover of the weirdo alternative space.
He is. Look, I'm sorry, your MK Ultra Gemini is under the mood swings.
And I'll also double check on the R. Kelly thing, because I said I wasn't sure, but I think he did advocate for R. Kelly. Strategy King said otherwise. I'm gonna double check on that. But you're right. It is what it is, Prince. And I agree. Like, this is thought crimes, and I don't like people who think they get comfortable with us because we say something in your favor. We say it in your favor because at the time it seemed like that's what is really going on. But if we get any information that you are doing weirdo stuff, like having people on your payroll that's into man-boy love, or having people in your payroll that's into some weird race play stuff, then no, because this is our job, is to kill that stuff. If we allow any of these secret agents, you kind of like, Prince, when you talk about biology, right?
Yeah.
And there's certain type of viruses that can sneak in by trying to pretend or look like
pathogens,
right? Yeah. Or something that's supposed to be healthy for your body, but they're not. If thought crimes don't shoot this shit down, who else will? Except for, of course, I know there's other people who do. It's not just us. But I'm just saying.
Well, people are trying to get money.
There you go.
That's what it is. Even people went to Dubai to get cursed out by Ye.
That was funny. They're
trying to get
when
money.
He said, "Shut up, or you get X."
Remember the black guy that used to work for Alex Jones? They had a black guy that worked for Alex Jones, and some folks said, "Man, what are you doing?" And he's like, "No, I'm just here to report and this, that, and third." And then he quit. And he says, "No, the atmosphere is really what it is. They're racist." He didn't even go on a big tour. He just said, "I want to move on with my life now." They had a black man. He went right over there. He wasn't on the Democratic plantation. Dave Rubin here, right? He wasn't on the Democratic plantation. He just went to go get a job. He did some edits as a videographer, but then he was also a reporter. And then he left. He says, "Look, there's racism. Alex Jones is racist."
I agree. It's like when he said he'll smack Michael Boobin.
Yeah.
Okay. But some people should say Nick Fuentes should get smacked too, and a lot of these other people.
Well, if,
you know, like,
if Nick
and also
Fuentes could, he would be at the Michael Boobin parties.
Right, and then
don't believe any of these people. If Nick Fuentes could be at the Michael Boobin parties, he would be there.
But also, to your point,
yeah,
Ye said he's against people stealing from black artists.
Okay,
but Ye supports Charlie Kirk, and they trying to steal from Thought Crimes. And the right and left have been trying to steal from Thought Crimes, and not just us, but other independent black media outlets. Yeah. A bunch of thieves, gang of thieves.
Look what Tucker Carlson was saying, parroting Dr. Scott's talking points concerning DeSantis followers.
Right, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah. You're right. Dr. Scott, who is pro-Trump,
who we interviewed,
said
we didn't cut up and curse Dr. Scott out. It's on our Patreon. We interviewed him. I personally feel he gave the best interview to explain more of his mentality.
Right, he was talking about the fake liberal black people who sold black people out under Trump and didn't get nothing done. Right. So he says that DeSantis followers, he breaks it down eloquently how slow Ron DeSantis followers are, and Tucker Carlson copied his talking point line by line, and no one called out Tucker Carlson for that conservative black man. So they all are weak on the right and on the left.
Well, Dr. Scott told us this himself. Dr. Scott also said, look, there's a lot of people that were up in the front talking about what's the Van Zant girl that was on the Naked Club when she got into it with Rami and she butchered the whole interview. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I can't think of the lady's name. But he said Dr. Scott said when Trump was running and it looked like the left was about to lose, he said that she reached out to him along with Nina Turner, and they told him, in case your guy wins, which is Donald Trump, we're coming over there. But to the public, they present themselves as liberals. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a money racket. I'll say that again. It was including Nina Turner, along with the Van Zant girl from the Naked Club, reached out to Dr. Scott. You can go listen to the interview on our Patreon. He breaks this down. He says a lot of the self-professed liberals, so people don't get things confused, you don't believe none of these people. The self-professed liberals reached out to Dr. Scott. They said, just in case our boy loses and your guy wins, we're coming over there. I got to get paid. One of them actually tells Dr. Scott, I got to get paid.
Right, and the people the liberals were like, I got to get paid. We saw dudes saying they got to get that alt-right money. Like, everybody is a whore to money. They on some Moloch shit. They on some all demon time stuff. Who's about justice and truth and integrity? Who is gonna not just be only about their bottom line at the expense of selling their soul? Who's gonna be about creativity without being a sellout? Who's gonna do the long walk instead of doing the easy walk?
Hey, listen, we just putting this out there again, like LeVar Burton from Reading Rainbow. You don't have to take our word for it. We will always cite sources. We will put up references. We always put up our links and information and let you all do the research. Now, if we were so up the head of the Democrats, we would have used that opportunity to curse Dr. Scott out. We wanted to have a conversation because Sin and I said we actually want to know what happened. Because Sin and I also talked to other people from behind the scenes that were publicly Democrat, but behind the scenes they told us, yo, I really got to get that Trump money.
Yeah.
Now, you didn't hear Sin and I say any of that. We never told y'all we was Democrat and then lied to y'all behind the scenes and we over there with Trump fans. We didn't say any of that. We said also with positive criticism, there were things that Trump did that helped put money in a lot of people's hands. And we know on the flip side, on the dark side of things, both parties steal, but it's where are they going to steal? So when you have something, I believe it was the PAU fund or the PUA fund that was keeping most Americans afloat after COVID, and they were asking for extensions. I mean, you're literally talking about people who've lost their jobs, lost their families. Joe Biden's stingy Scorpio ass, the first maneuver he makes is to cut the funds off. causing so many people to get evicted, so many people's health to fail and die by policy. Maybe they survived COVID, but maybe they was using the fund to buy their medication. But here comes the stingy Scorpio. That's the first thing he does, and then he tells millennials, I can't do anything concerning the college fund issue or student loan debt. I'm not doing that. Those are the first two things chicken-haired Biden does. Cut the funding that was keeping the majority of America afloat for a lot of people, right? And then he says, as far as the student debt, I lied. He sounded like Apocalypse. I lied. So when you're talking about these things, they all are doing lies, tricks, and manipulation. Joe Biden went on that whole tour. I'm better than Trump. Guys, I promise you, this is going to be different. This and third. And from what I have publicly seen with people personally near and far, I've actually seen a lot of people struggle more under the Biden administration right now. And again, this is not talking about supporting Steve Bannon.
Or Trump. Because Trump has been connected to some problematic things as well.
Right.
Trump is not a hero. And a lot of the stuff he wants to bring into fruition with his administration is more anti-black, sluggish garbage. No different from Biden. But to your point, Prince, Dr. Scott did make it very clear because, where a lot of Geminis, they go with wherever the wind blows. It's who's around them.
Absolutely.
If Trump has racist people around him, his policies are going to be racist. And Steve Bannon is an anarchist and he's also anti-black.
Right.
But when Dr. Scott was around him, when he had a lot of black people around him, and there was an opportunity, all of you were selfish. Y'all disgust me.
Well, just to say this, to finish up the point. No, you're not wrong, Sam. I talk about the administration and the policies. A politician should not be a hero to you because then we get in cult of personality.
I agree.
A politician, that's a job title. You do your duties. The mayor, that's a job title. Right? Now, can these people inspire you with their backstory? Man, I was smoking crack in the alley. Now, 15 years later, I'm mayor. Fine. That's perfectly fine. Trump is not my hero. Obama was not my hero. Biden ain't my hero. Those are politicians that are serving the public. It's public. You're holding public office.
Robert Kennedy Jr., whose wife is close with Ghislaine Maxwell, isn't my hero.
Well, you know why Robert around here tap dancing? Because he's supposed to be on them logs.
He said he was on the plane. He said he was a couple of times. Bro, if your wife is close to Ghislaine Maxwell,
what we talking about?
We know what was up. We know what's up with you.
Yeah, so just to put that out there, there's a vice gripping, and no, I hate how the Democrats placate to this black plight, black oppression. It's really the spirit of Sean King. That's what it is, right? Then they get in there, and the first thing Kamala says, I'm not doing anything for black people. She says this. Now I was like, Kamala, did you say that about Jewish people? Listen. All of that is a byproduct. If you understand what Sen and I are saying about how these offices, these administrations are playing black people, this is why you also have this desperate prostitute behavior from some black media online. Prostitute behavior is Sean King. Sean King is so much of a hooker politically that he go after the wrong people. A black girl gets shot on the highway. He put the wrong white man's face up there and didn't apologize. Narcissism.
Just like you're right. Just like we see mirrored on the right is exactly the same. Exactly the same stuff. Yeah. It's exactly the same stuff. It's exactly the same stuff. But go ahead, Prince.
No. That's all I'm saying. Like you see that on the left, but on the right, Kanye, you want me to hear your message? I'm sorry, I can't hear you past the burning crosses. These people, they want to reach out to black people on the right. I don't even call them the right. I just don't call them the right. They're just white supremacists. It's just that simple. Charles Murray is a white supremacist.
Yeah, he created the bell curve book he wrote.
Yeah.
That basically called Black Kids Stupid. This creates violence to black children, right?
Right.
And Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, the rest of them have presented the bell curve, even though none of them have invented anything. They're slow.
Right.
Tucker Carlson is not that bright. Neither is Joe Rogan. He's a meathead frat boy.
Yes, he is.
All right. So I really take offense to slow people trying to come to my community and call us dumb. Y'all don't know nothing about American history.
Yeah.
Even when we're talking about the inventions of vehicles, there were actually black men who came up with a lot of different designs of automobiles in the United States. Black people were actually part of the Industrial Revolution, not just through labor, but also through intelligence. When you talk about Granville T. Woods, who went up against Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison was not an inventor. Granville T. Woods was.
Yeah.
The only reason why Ford's vehicles were able to even work is because of Washington Carver, George Washington Carver, who also saved the agriculture industry in the United States. I'm not gonna have a bunch of retards come around in my face and play in my face when we know that they're not smarter than us. You only been given handouts.
Well, also shifting into a different space, like think about the whole progressive movement. It ran into the same issues there, right? Racist progressives. Look what they were doing to Tim Black.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with
and
you.
when we dealt with some people behind the scenes where that we saw it, where y'all, ugh.
I'm gonna be honest with you all. All of these reincarnated spirits by all of these different fashions, they do seem to have something in common. Somehow they always come back to being anti-black. I mean, that is literally what this right media is built on. People sitting down with authors that, the name of my book is Blacks Are Monkeys. And let's have an intellectual conversation about how blacks became monkeys. And then you got rappers that was dearly beloved by the black community and show images of terror and trauma. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't really rocking with any of it. The Klansman stuff. Look, you can do the research for you all, but I know for a fact in my family we've had people lynched. So, we're concerned about it when a young Jewish kid stands up and they talk about their great nana was in the Holocaust. But you don't tell that Jewish person to get off the Democrat plantation. You don't tell them to stop being so sensitive. Well, Prince Solomon says, I'm not fucking with the Klansman hoodie. I know what it represents to even people in my family. See, it's a joke. It is a joke. Diddy was anti-black. That's why it's so beautiful that such a beige woman shot his ass down. That's beautiful. It's karma. Okay? Right. It's karma. It's karma. It's everything you praise. You said that Dirty Money, you allowed a short Uncle Fester midget, Jimmy Iovine, to say that those two black women are ugly.
Right, just like Sneeko trying to talk shit about black women because his ex that he dated was black and left him. And also some of you black people got to stop laying it on thick for these non-black groups. Some of you black men and women, because they you break up with them, they start joining the Ku Klux Klan.
Well, they were already there. They reactivated their membership.
Right. That black bitch.
Yeah,
I'm joining the Ku Klux Klan.
That was even one time, at one point in time, that was Eminem's excuse.
Right.
That was Eminem's excuse.
Some black girl dissed him.
Yeah.
And for one moment, he went on a KKK rant.
Right.
He got back to his senses. He did. Right.
So listen, the whole media, political, entertainment, industrial complex is anti-black. I remember some niggas. I remember me pairing up with Sin. I actually had some niggas that, at one point in time, I actually respected. They actually said something about me being paired on a microphone with a black woman that had some sense and got to speak her points.
Why you with that black bitch?
I'm hanging up on you right now. Number blocked. That's what people are not understanding. And the people in the think tank, especially the guys that support us on our Patreon, you all know what we're saying. We're saying the socio, political, entertainment, industrial complex, including the music industry, is anti-black.
And they don't like brilliant black people being together.
They don't. They try to break up every brilliant black group.
They want to be a part of some Margaret Sanger shit. They want eugenics. Hey, Blackie, if we like you here, you're going to be a Confederate boy or girl, and we're going to pair you up with one of our white boys or one of our white girls.
So a lot of the men online who may be unemployed, and that's not a knock, and that's not like the ladies say, that's not a read. Some of the dudes online are trying to get money. They will tell you in all of their dissertations, their political dissertations in their YouTube videos, when you watch their podcasts, oh, it's because I'm getting money. I'm getting money over here. Cool, fine. But don't try to make this a moral justice clause. And that is why you see hip hop collapsing in. At one point in time, it was supposed to be about hip hop and spirituality and talking to the people and Chuck D and all this other stuff. Now, allegedly, record labels are putting insurance hits out on artists. Some artists are finding out that the insurance policy is way more than what they even got in an advancement. One artist found out that his record label had like a $15 million insurance policy on him. He says, what?
Also, Selfmade said exposed the people who were saying this. They weren't industry people that, like, if we said a name, you would know. These are people who are private, and that's the only reason why we didn't say the name. Anybody who's public, you know, we'll say the name real quick, just like when we said Prince kept running into Erykah Badu for a long time ago. It looked like it was about to be a thing. But no, they hate brilliant black men and women, and it's like, look, Prince and I are twin dragons. We're renegades. We're Renaissance men and women, whatever you want to call it, and we're together. Period. And nobody's gonna break us. So people keep trying to, with a little hateful rhetoric, while also wanting to be us at the same time. You're weird. You keep trying to emulate Prince and I, but then want us to be separated, but then also want us to compete against each other. Y'all stupid.
Yeah, it is. Look, somebody tried to offer us a 360 deal through YouTube. Ryan James, shouts out to you.
No, I'm not creating billions of dollars for somebody else's pocket. Please.
Because you know the 360 deal, they eat off your merch. Dog, you know how many cartoons and animations we do?
Prince and I would live
eating for life.
We'll live a middle class life for the rest of our lives instead of being billionaires and millionaires if it came to us giving our genius to other people. Hell fucking no. And I agree with what Prince said. Yeah. We're not giving our shit away to nobody. Do you understand that? With y'all who are listening in the industry, nobody.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this too, by the way, just to move on forward with this Raceplay culture, the Raceplay media. Pay attention. Because Ye is about to go on his Stormtrooper tour again. And you're going to see a lot of racist ideology be gasolined. There's going to be a lot of, it's not just Ye, it's going to be all the people that are going to want to sit there and leech off of it. It's going to be all of this energy. And how is it that everybody got a problem with black people in that space, and particularly the men? In fact, it doesn't scream alpha males or conquerors when I keep seeing black-faced men always publicly submitting to white supremacists.
Yeah, we saw it on X. Yeah, we actually see it on X a lot. Yeah,
a lot of them. You know, to me, Ali Alexander is an omega male. He's not an alpha male. He's not a strong man. Even the one that was lying, that was down head of the Proud Boys, he's another one. You know, and then you get in these spaces. Look, Michael Steele, who was chairman of the RNC at one point in time, he left because he says there's a new racist element in the Republican sector of the party now. Michael Steele left. If Michael Steele left, and as old as he was when he left, I'm gonna be honest with you, some of you new poop putt niggas can't tell me nothing.
Right, and also there's some black people and other people who are from the States. Let me just tell you how messed up it is. Black people literally created the Republican Party.
Yes.
We are the ones that brought the Republican Party into its prominence. So you have to also understand how the United States screwed us over. Yeah. So there were some black people who couldn't read, right? But they had a lot of great skills and labor. So they knew how to do they had all the labor skills. The mining skills, they had it. The agricultural skills, they had it. But then what made us a double threat is that in Pennsylvania and New York and in other places in the United States, you had the majority of black people be abolitionists.
True.
And they could read, and they were like triple threats. These were black men and women who were scientists, but they were also being for the abolitionist movement. They were also writers and musicians, so they were doing like all things at once. You had people like Pascal Randolph. He was a spiritualist, a doctor, this or that. So we were like double threats basically. We basically had the knowledge of all these different soon-to-be industries, and they fucked us over. We're the ones who supported the Republican Party through Abraham Lincoln, who got eventually assassinated, who was very close friends with Frederick Douglass and with Pascal Randolph. They screwed us over, just like they're screwing us over right now. So the party we helped build and part into prominence are ran by a bunch of overt Ku Klux Klan, because, the Democrats are passive Ku Klux Klan.
Pacifist.
Right.
Shouts out to Strategy King. Polls show more black men support Ye supporting Trump. Now, I guess all of these black men are out of their mind now, so pro-black of you. Well, keep your shade, Strategy King. Polls show that more black men support Tupac's Ghost.
Right.
Kanye West is a popular MC. He's a rapper. Black men were supporting Jay-Z until they was like, bro, I don't think I can support you anymore. You're doing weird shit.
And black men are not gonna support Ye anyway with all this Raceplay shit. They're just not.
It's too weird for them to have to look over.
Yeah, the majority, they're not. Everyday black men are not going to. It's not about supporting Trump, and I also don't like that. No one is supporting Trump. They're not supporting the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
Black men aren't dumb. If someone's open to negotiations, they'll negotiate. And we said that Trump was open early on, but those black people wasted it and didn't do shit with it. Now Steve Bannon and the rest of them have Trump back on lock.
Right.
So you don't really have that many people near Trump right now that's really gonna push for any type of black agenda. But let's stop trying to put black men in some type of black men they were for Biden, they were for
black men
Trump.
Right now, and I'm telling you as a black man, and Strategy King, shouts out to you. Black men are, for the most part, they can be passively apolitical because they feel like, well, if I got to be on the left, the only reason why you guys might like me if I'm a George Floyd situation. Mm-hmm. That's the only time the left truly acknowledges the humanity of a black man when he's no longer here to express his humanity. Now, on the right, a black man, especially this far right, a black man, for the most part, is supposed to always kind of play second fiddle to dumb white boys. I will tell you, if you go down the street and you ask any black man, which is a lie of the red pill movement, any black man will tell you, I don't give a fuck about either party. Show me where my money is. I'm going to go to work.
And that's what I've seen too.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but you have to think politically what black people went through in this country. There are plenty of black men that want to support their family, that try to support their family, and that do support their family. I knew black men that tried to make it happen with the Democrats, but then they wanted them to support every other group before talking about what's important to their community. Even if they are community leaders, I have talked to black men that were in Detroit.
And just like they're doing they doing the same thing too on the right.
Yeah, they want you to talk about first. Even anti-woke shit. They want black men to sign up to an anti-woke theocracy before dealing with the economic disparity of their community.
Yeah, the Republican Party are not even focusing on finances with black people.
Nothing.
They're focusing on all other dumb shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Both parties are trash, and black men know that. Just because you see more people supporting Trump is not because they actually support Trump. Is they think they can get a better deal out of Trump. Let's not get it twisted.
I will tell you this firsthand from black entrepreneurs who are men. That's exactly what they told us behind the scenes. That was even part of our situation. Again, these are politicians. I don't want to get into this whole who's morally right, but y'all all go to the same tree hugger parties,
which Trump admitted. He said he goes to the same parties as the Clintons and stuff. So I mean, what we talking about here?
Very good friends. So black men in general, they are told, like, think about the disingenuous in conversations that they're having these black men to have to talk about on these platforms. These black men are having to talk about the gay agenda on the right. These black men are having to talk about woke theory and anti-woke and wake theory. These
By
black
a bunch
men,
of white people don't even know what the fucking word means because they stole it from thought crimes where we are talking points and manipulated it.
think about that. Because black men, they ain't gonna be able to say nothing on the Democrats. Because Democrats feel like we got black women and we got the queer community. That's what they think. But
both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you right, because I remember, I look on the right now. Any black man who I saw them, they were going up against Wayne and Dr. Scott. You have a lot of the white boys and a lot of people on the right trying to silence them. And Elon on X, he doesn't he's very weird too when it comes to that platform. But I noticed a lot of black male conservatives, they try to speak about certain things and they get blocked on the right a lot of times as well.
A lot of black conservatives, I've seen it with Wayne Dupree, they try to speak about real issues and they get shut down. Now with these right wingers on the right, the media on the right, Wayne Dupree is having a conversation about economics and how we can appropriate certain hubs in America concerning black people. Right? Let's even talk about black youth unemployment. I've seen this from Wayne Dupree. Right? Sin has seen this as well. Dr. Scott talked to us. These are exact things he was talking about. This is what tells you the level of bullshit that goes on. The far right and the right wing independent sector, we find out that they're sponsored by subsidiaries or corporations, but that's another story. But the right wing media will rather take those sensible black men and their talking points, switch them to the side, and focus on Kanye West ranting about Jews all day.
Right. And here's the thing too. We understand about the music industry stuff, but I don't see Ye doing anything about it except for being around a bunch of Raceplay people. Right. So that's one. Two, the white boys are even worse than what we're talking about with quote unquote Jewish media. I went and looked on the independent media. They talk about black people 24/7 nonstop.
Yes.
And for black people who don't know what I'm talking about, just go pair up on X just for briefly.
Yeah.
All of the alternative media with these white boys, all they focus on is black people more than any other group. They're saying a bunch of lies about us, trying to have us have beef with other groups of people. So this is what these white boys platforms are doing. That Ye is helping, by the way. Yeah. They'll do something to say, well, you know, the Jewish community needs to stop voting for Democrats. And my only problem with the Jewish community is that they help other groups of people that don't like them. Now, if Zionists become more right, there's no problem. That's why Tucker Carlson supported what happened in Argentina, right?
With the Prager Institute.
Right, or the Prager Institute. Yeah. But when it comes to black, they say, y'all dumb. They say, it's y'all fault. They say they don't want black people over there. So how they helping so-called Ye's cause? Please, these people are double arms dealers, number one. Yeah. And I'm not going to be slow enough to believe a damn group that when they were jealous of black people beating them in competition, they burnt down their damn towns. I'm not dumb.
Yeah, so just to be honest with you all, folks, that is the inception of the Raceplay media. There are plenty of sensible black male conservatives, black men conservatives, and even black women conservatives that bring real issues. They want to put a wild-ass Gemini with a KKK hoodie on, talking about how he loves Hitler, and I have to sit here and believe you guys are the voice of reason on the right. Like I actually have to get on some Inception shit to believe you all are the voice of reason.
Yeah, and I'm glad.
Just think about that. Like, I mean, I'm not talking about. They're not talking about nothing over there. They want to talk about black on black crime. They want to talk about the queer community. They want to talk about. They want to talk about the Barbie movie. They want to talk about Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion's new whack video. They want to like. I can't get shit a lot of times when I'm talking to sometimes hardcore Democrats because their whole thing is like, No. I understand what's going on with y'all black folks, but it's not about y'all. Like, we gotta deal with other groups first. But then when I get over to the right, this is all the shit y'all want to talk about. Go ahead, Sam.
You see, Strategy King said First Amendment, baby. All right then. So then, First Amendment when we talk about Bratty Bottom Yay. First Amendment when we about to trash that whole sect from Nick Fuentes all the way to the other bums over there. First Amendment right, baby, all the way.
Yeah, listen, that's what it is, man. I love when Strategy King is in the building, but he know damn sure I don't care. Not like that. I really don't care. It's called thought crimes. But I'm just being honest with you all, as a black man, as a black entrepreneur myself. I have seen the right largely stall when it concerns the sensible voices of black folk.
I agree, Prince. And also when it comes to First Amendment right, baby, y'all not gonna be able to compete with thought crimes because we will hurt y'all guys' feelings. We will definitely. And you know what? I'll just let Prince go because they already know. We're gonna save it for Patreon. But
Shawty, I told you, we gotta save it for Patreon.
Don't play with us, all right? Because y'all been in that industry. Y'all got a lot of shit on y'all from the closeted bottoms who say they're for family values on the right, conservatives to the lying ass scammers on the left as well. Yeah. All of y'all are dirty, so it doesn't take much to really, really, really break y'all. So let's not play these games.
And we just talking about in general. The wonderful people, including Strategy King, have been very supportive of us. So I just want to put that out there.
Yes, also to clarify, I wasn't talking about, you're right. Just so no one, I'm not talking about nobody in the audience. I love y'all and y'all various opinions. The think tank is a loon. Yeah. Y'all rock with us. Y'all support us. We are one and the same. I'm talking about these industry people.
Yeah, it's cool. And I'll say this. Look, I told y'all, some of y'all laughed at me, but y'all remember when that nigga had that fruit roll-up MAGA jumpsuit? And he said, if it's racism, let me get that money. And he just dropped dead. I told y'all spiritually that was a bad sign. And then when Charleston White put on that Klansman hoodie, notice he been getting punched more and more on camera. I keep telling folks.
His ass been getting beat ever since because they overplaying blacks. Like you said, there were some black Confederate soldiers, but they were a small minority.
Right. Well,
the majority fought for the Union, and the majority, and I don't like how this they try to revise Black history like we're punks.
Well, you also got to keep in mind you do lift a spiritual protection. And I'm gonna be honest with you, to some of our black brothers, y'all gonna have to get spiritual like the essays. Even when I used to see gang members, essay gang, man, they saying what this Holmes is going to protect me when I go out. I walked through. Vato. It was a bunch of bloods.
Vato, you won't believe what we saw.
Right, it was 100 shots, and guess what? Thanks to Sen, what it does, none of them touched me. Like, man, you're gonna have to get spiritual. This is spiritual warfare here too. On top of that, you're letting them re-engineer your spiritual code.
I'm glad you said that.
Mock your ancestors.
There was a guy named Benny on X. This is a part of this whole crew as well. And he said, I'm doing shamanism, and they trying to, some of these white boys trying to do their little occultic shamanism, and then you got the frog punks.
Why would they support shamanists?
Who trying to do bootleg comedic magic, right?
Yeah.
So you got all these white boys thinking that they gonna just do magic on black people and all this other stuff. I saw y'all believe me, go look at the alternative white boy media with Alex Jones and Benny and the no say woke guy and all of them. They're trying to do bootleg magic, even Nick Fuentes against others.
Well, Sim, why would they do shamanism? Today in this world, it would be considered as a queer lifestyle. You dumbasses.
Well, a lot of them are in the closet.
Why would y'all do anything concerning shamanism? Even if you talk about the Native American shamans, have you looked up what they represent and gender-wise what they identified with? Today, they would be part of the woke gay agenda. This tells you that, again, if you are spiritually attaching yourself to failure, you will never be successful. There's a lot of guys that I have seen that have had attention. They've had views, and they've spiritually attached themselves to this demonic energy.
Right.
And it slowed them all the way down. You're attaching yourself. You're literally attaching yourself to energy that hated your ancestors. Think about that. I told y'all when When Charleston White was going off on the gang members, the ancestors were supporting his ass because they said that's not why they died. Yeah. Gang members, people setting folks up. So when he was walking through like he was bulletproof, I'm telling you, the minute that one-eyed nigga put that hoodie on, them ancestors, okay, that we out.
He been getting hit in the head ever since. Just keep getting hit in the head ever since he kept putting
can't
that
even get a haircut
on. And also, Strategy King said that Ye's wife is keeping these people away from him. I mean, if that's the case, great. You know.
Oh, for people that don't know Strategy King, he works with Kanye West too, by the way. So people keep asking like, why do y'all keep talking about? Yeah,
allegedly.
Yeah, he works with Kanye. Kanye West was in the chat. He's a profile. He was in the chat one time.
Allegedly, Strategy King
works with Kanye.
Works with Kanye.
Allegedly, he don't. Strategy King be getting on the phone. I said, nah, you lying. Oh no, I don't work with Kanye. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, sir.
But first of all, I just let you know, and I'll let Prince speak for himself. I am crazy. I don't care about any of you. At one time,
when you say you got to be specific.
Oh, you're right. I'm not talking about the chat.
See what we do.
I'm talking about the industry people. At one time, look, I care about all of humanity, and at one time, I do take my time. I'm like, okay, I do care. I do want to see people win in the right way. But looking at the entire structure and seeing what people do, I eventually stop caring when I see you're on fuck shit, and I will expose you, and I don't care. I don't care. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're worth billions of dollars, millions of dollars. Not if you're trying to harm my community, I will expose you. I don't care. You can't offer no money. You can't offer no clout. There's nothing you can offer me.
Yeah.
And also, a lot of y'all are part of contracts that get y'all killed anyway.
Shit. Man. Yeah, you mean you see what's going on? Look at Diddy. He on the run. They trying to shoot that toothpick all the way up out his mouth.
Right, because a lot of these punks are trying to dodge that contract bullets. Because you know, a lot of those people that took that paycheck, they can get deleted at any time because they signed those contracts and took that paycheck.
We had a very important woman that is tied to the music industry. She came on live, and I asked her. I said, "What's the worst contract you saw?" She said, "Infinity." I says, what? Excuse me? She says, yes, there are contracts when someone signs it, it says infinity. Also, shouts out to Lotus Drake. You're right. These boys ain't did no shadow work, but they going into the shadows.
Going into the darkness blind.
Imagine an untrained Bruce Wayne putting on that cloak. He'll get his ass whooped every night like what happened to him with Bane. That's the crazy part about it is that for all of the dorks like Nick Fuentes that they love the Nolan Batman series and they're so big on Bane's philosophy and Joker's philosophy, the first Batman is the most important Batman film. Because in that film, Bruce Wayne is spending more than half of the film doing shadow work.
But also to your point, Prince, we know what Nick Fuentes is into. He's a white supremacist who's into black sex, allegedly.
Most of them are anyway.
I know, right?
Most of them are anyway. Don't ever let these... come on, man. Stop it.
Also, Ye calling out Diddy last year. And Strategy King knows. I don't know. He may work for the FBI or CIA or something like that.
He does. It's something he's lying about.
But it's something he's lying about. But he knows for a fact we gave Ye credit on that.
We did.
So... that still doesn't change the fact, though. Right. He's still working with this weird hub of Raceplay bottoms on the black and the white side that are into some KKK media nonsense.
Right.
And again, we're calling it out. Simple as that.
Have you ever been swallowed? Swallowed. This has been so good. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Chandala. Right.
And also we don't give anyone credit to steal our creative energy. Like I said that too.
Well, also
I see Ye's homeboys on the left and right be stealing from Thought Crimes.
It is what it is. But they don't. Look, you are not me. We are not you. You can't. Come on now. It's like when they knocking that glass eye out of Charleston White head. Like the universe is like, bro, dog, come on, that's enough.
But and I don't like how they're like a virus. I hate it. Like again, y'all go look back at our woke video. We were the first ones to deconstruct what woke meant, the history of it, how it means a lot to black people.
We had a documentary, a little documentary. We had two of them actually.
And we said
that trended very well.
How liberals was misappropriating the word woke and using it for negative
these idiots.
Energy.
Here come these idiots.
It seems quite interesting how all of a sudden industry people suddenly use woke against black people after what we talked about in our video. And I know a lot of our insights, y'all twisted and manipulated and changed our shit around and reverse engineer it to screw over people. And I'm not going to co-sign that demonic shit.
Well, and they still get killed. So that being the case, moving on.
That's true though. You know, these fucking slaves still get killed. That's a good point.
The plane
the
go
white
down.
ones too.
Yeah, I mean, look what Trump. Colorado said no, nigga. Fuck all that. Fuck out of here. What's your ringtone rap career?
All y'all white, black, Hispanic, VVIC, Indian, all y'all sellouts, that is true. Y'all signed the contract, y'all still get killed.
They still kill y'all.
Playing games, stealing our shit, you still get deleted.
Yeah, they delete your career. They delete you. You know, I mean, that's crazy. You betray Jesus and you still got to get lynched. Mm-hmm. Like you put in extra work. You betrayed the people. Now you also got to show energy and die. That's a lot of energy. And also the other side of the game is this here. Look, the only reason why we really had this stream, I want people to have clarity. I want you guys continue to have clarity. A lot of you all have sense. Like I said, there's some points that Strategy King say that make sense. Then the other side of it is that no, a lot of black men on average, they're pretty much having to deal with an apolitical approach because the average black man, despite all of the stereotypes online with Myron Gaines and the Sotomayors and everybody else that overplays up their black insecurities, most black men have good sense when it comes to what they're seeing. They know on the left their masculinity is attacked and berated. You know, they know on the left if they're not standing on one foot and overly panhandling like Sean King, they know on the left they're not getting anywhere. There's a lot of black men I grew up with. They said, dog, I mean, I'm trying to, but it's almost like I feel like they just trying to emasculate me. I said, that's because they are. In fact, they don't really care more about that concerning you. But then when you get on the right, another form of emasculation happens. See, on the left and the right, black men are told to shut up. The only difference is that if you're a quack on both, you can be elevated. Sean King is a quack to me. He's a weirdo.
I agree. And
Jesse Lee Peterson is a quack.
I want to hear black men speak, real black men, like Prince. Yeah. Prince always be making me laugh, man. I always love his narration videos and stuff that we work on. He's very funny.
Appreciate that. You're funny too. That's what,
Thank you.
Maybe letting you go all around. I said, well, she got to do that on our Patreon, y'all. At least not at the beginning of the stream. Not that, like towards the end, yeah, but not at the beginning. But I will say this. Look, I mean, and sometimes for a lot of the brothers and even the sisters, like, look what black women were going through when it became about LGBTQIA and concerning their womanhood. You know, so look, it's just what it is. It's just, this is it. It's a hustle. And look at all of the black. Look, Jesse Lee Peterson. What black man do he represent?
He's always oiled up, tight shirt.
Let's talk about.
He's allegedly gay. I wish I could say what I really want to say about him because sometimes I get tired of saying alleged, but you got to do it so you won't get sued. But
yeah,
we'll talk on Patreon about Jesse. Jesse is Jesse is a sugar daddy.
Now we do know that a lot of our
sugar daddy pimp.
But you got to remember they start off as sugar babies too.
Mm-hmm. From sugar baby to sugar daddy.
Right? You know. Yeah. Look, Lotus Drake, you're right. I mean, they tried to distill all of black people's imagery on both the left and the right. You know, boy, Kamala Harris is funny.
Killer Cam.
Yeah, man. Kamala Harris, she did out all of that marching band, high stepping with them little black girls with their ponytails pulled to the side, and she got in. She says, well, I can't just do something for black people. I says, what?
And that's what everybody's saying on the left and the right.
I can't do something just for black people.
Can't do anything for black people, but you can do things for the Asian community.
Y'all can fight for Elon Musk and Alec Jones.
You can fight for Elon Musk. Yeah, I could do all this stuff on the left and to the right is supporting Elon and the white boys and anti-white.
Yeah.
And the left is
I'm glad you brought that up. You just reminded me of something.
Supporting everybody but black. And then the right is supporting everybody but black. Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And watch what's going to happen. Watch what's going to happen.
The other side is I do want to say this concerning a lot of the the movement with some of these. Again, we have white men and women that listen to Thought Crimes, and whether they agree with us or not, they're here, right? But I'm talking about a particular swath, a particular cloth of dustiness. They say they use dirty rags. These people use dirty rags, right? Notice the talking points. The talking points, everything that these racist white males are saying are things that black men are actually going through. So the crazy part about
body snatchers.
Yeah, black men can't. In this country, it is a criminal offense to be overtly masculine.
And then white men saying
they don't want us to
that.
they don't want the white male to be masculine. Black men, and I'm not, again, shouts out to the black gay brothers and sisters. I'm not talking about that, but listen, the black straight male. Even when I'm not trying from when certain confused sisters started punching up articles because it was paid by these faucets of the left, talking about we need to talk about black cis men and how they're the white people of the black community.
When it really was about confused closeted men.
There you go.
We're being honest.
Diddy is not straight.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
I'm gonna repeat what Gene Deal said.
But Gene Deal, right?
Gene Deal said it. I did it.
But we have to come to a realization. Most of the men that we've seen beating women ass, and I'm not saying this on a regular basis. On a regular basis, it could be something else.
Different in the black community.
But in media, most of the people who've been beating women ass have been problematic closeted men who were bisexual, who didn't know how to deal with their bisexual energy.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in Hollywood and in media. I'm not saying about behind the street that it's impossible for a straight guy to beat his woman, but I'm just saying. It's been a lot of issues with these sexually confused guys.
Look at Diddy. After a man gives him that, allegedly, after a man gives him the sex that he really has a climax with, right? After a man he goes and beat women because he mad.
Allegedly.
He mad that's what he's into. Same thing with some of these other outfits. How many times go online and type in gay Klansman, gay Republican?
They copied off of the Romans because remember them bisexual gay Caesars was off the hook.
They were off the hook.
They were off the hook.
It's the Roman Colosseum. Nick Fuentes looked like Cicero. He's just missing a little flower crown. There are these men. That's what all of this red pill.
Dr. Dre. Oh, sorry. Allegedly. An
incel. Also, I think I'm gonna say this too on sensational. They may talk about this on Patreon as well. Just to put this out there, I do want to talk about these things because we talk about what happened with P. Diddy and Kid Cudi, Cassie, and then some of these other people allegedly with Kim Porter, just in general.
Also, there's another background reel too, Prince, that you're missing. Remember the one that I did with the 50 cents in them?
Yeah.
If you could put that in there, that'd be nice.
Okay.
But go ahead. You was breaking something down. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you have what was I about to say? Oh, you have what we talked about with P. Diddy, Cassie. We talked about Kid Cudi. I also want to do one concerning Dr. Dre. Recently, at least 9 months ago, I just checked it out on the Bomb First YouTube. Cleo, aka Bones, and remember, you guys, I talked about this story several times that they contracted Bones to try to put in some work on Suge Knight. Now, Bones, because he's a West Coast nigga, he's doing a bit of double talking because he does say Bones is the guy that was in Training Day when Denzel walked past him going into the apartment, and the guy said, "I can't stand that motherfucker." That's Bones. He also did a very exceptional documentary called Bloods and Crips, Bastard to the Party. But if you go to Bomb First, and this tells you about the sadism that goes on into that space. He said that Dr. Dre contracted him to get rid of Suge Knight. He said that Dr. Dre said, Suge Knight has been a thorn in my side all of my life. So Bones said, well, come on, Dre, your hands is bigger than mine. You should have been put your hands on Dr. Dre. Well, we know Dr. Dre allegedly don't really beat men.
Shout out to D Barnes.
Right? So even the fact that you have seemingly niggas that like to confess being pro-black in the media putting contracts out on other black folk. I'm not saying Suge Knight is a saint, but you know, would Dr. Dre if he was still alive, did Dr. Dre try to put a hit out on Jerry Heller? See, them the gangsters I actually fuck with.
Yeah, put it out on everybody.
You know, I don't mind if you like, you get a car, you get a car, you get a bullet, you get a bullet. I mess with them. It's non-biased. But if I keep seeing that you're going around here, and in some of these spaces, some of these non-black lips, some of these pink lips have conducted far worse business practices with you.
Also, here's the thing about Ye's code too, and to point out, I'm glad you broke that down because this is just facts, Prince. So Israel said, well, Kanye's playing both sides, with the Elons and everybody else to get the money. He has a code where he don't need to do that. Bro didn't need to do none of that shit. He could have did it from scratch from the beginning and would have been a billionaire. It literally is in his fucking code. Yeah, somebody brought up the idea of doing an esoteric stream. I think it was either No Chill, GG, Emmanuel. It was one of you all who said that we'll definitely have one uploaded on our Patreon. Oh yeah, we're gonna go more into this. I want to talk about the Suge Knight and the Dre thing as well. But we're gonna go more into the Suge Knight, the Dre thing, the Ye thing, everything. Yeah. But y'all don't understand. These people are doing this shit for no reason. They don't know it. And yes, I get it. Ye doesn't know that, even though he be doing all this Christian occultism. But at the end of the day, if you go break down his code, he didn't need to do that. Actually, he could have been self-made without doing any of the shit that he's done in the industry on the left and on the right. Like if you go even look at Nicki Minaj code, it says that she can make a lot of money. And she has, but she did, some of the things, if she did do certain things, she wouldn't have needed to do it. It said Drake and Rihanna code, they will make more money in a country that they're not from. Obviously, Drake Rihanna and Drake has made a lot of money in the United States. But the whole point is some of these people who are doing this shit, they don't comprehend all the things that the industry manipulate you and thinking that you need to do, or you have to do this. Many of them don't have to do it. Michael Bubin does because he has no talent. He's right. He has to do what he's doing still. Well, he said he has to work hard. And he probably may know that he has to work hard. And this goes back to the point what I said about these people. There's no true spirituality. There's no spirituality. There's not even going in to know yourself. It's I'll take the check. I'll take the check. I'll take the check. I'll do this. You want me to put on a Confederate hoodie? I'll take the check. You want me to put on a Klansman hoodie? I'll take the check. Selling off your birthright without even knowing. That's all through the Bible and the Quran. You got to be out of your mind. Here's a crazy part about it. Throughout human history, many far more powerful people and even dumber people wrote about the idea of selling your birthright. It is a real thing. One thing about new souls, when we jump in these bodies, we always, we got a nice little rebellious energy. We always trying to, change shit. That's why we hear a lot of us, There's certain things that we need to change. There's certain things that we shouldn't be holding on to. And then there's just sometimes we just overly challenging everything that has already, for millions of years, hundreds of thousands of years, that has already been set in stone by the universe. So this whole notion is that I can sell my birthright, I can sell my soul, and I can be a perfectly functioning human. Think about that. There are so many of these people, these personalities online that are literally selling their birthright. Why do you think it's so easy to kill them? Like what Prince is saying, what B-More is saying, what I'm saying. It's easy to kill people in that industry because they sell their birthright and they leave their protection. They'll do dumb shit without knowing. Like they'll have a code where they can build anything from scratch, but sign a fucking deal and make other people billionaires. They'll have a code where it says, hey, in the code, you're almost invincible, but you can't be in a helicopter. And then they be in a helicopter and die. These are the things that happen to people who go over there in these industries with warlock and witches. And for my secular and agnostic and atheist people who just go over in spaces where they have an incentive to have an insurance policy on you. Come on now. Shouts out to Lamille Prince. Shouts out to Brooklyn, New York, by the way. So he says, peace, Prince and Sincere from Brooklyn, New York. Shouts out to you all, too. Look at the Toe Ed Clarks. And look at Oprah Winfrey, a grand warlock magician. My damn nerves. A grand warlock magician. Oprah is one evil bitch. Yeah, a grand warlock. And you have people going into these spaces. Here's the thing. Let me to the point about agnostic and atheist and all of these other people in between. Here's the thing about it.
Even if you don't believe it, they believe it. Even if you don't believe it, they have set up an infrastructure where the energy works for them because it's built on principles they truly believe.
That's why I say, to your point, that's why I explain it on both ends.
Right.
Like if you're atheist and agnostic, I can simply say insurance policy. They have an incentive to collect the money by killing these people because of the insurance policy. And for people who are spiritual, we all know that in that space they believe that they're witches and wizards and warlocks and demons and all this other stuff. And they play with sigils and symbols.
It's all in the films.
And all that.
It's all in the films. They tell you who they are in the films. And absolutely no chill. I believe that's exactly why Andre 3000 is walking around with that flute.
For protection.
That man may be doing a Native American dance. We would never know. Shouts out to Gigi. We will make sure we have that for you all. Again, we will. Those are some of the things we'll just put on our Patreon too, by the way. But yeah, it was Gigi that. Okay, you asked that question earlier in the chat. But again, selling your birthright, like saying publicly, because you got to remember you're making contracts with your mouth too. With it, listen, go look it up yourself. All right. There are contractual obligations we passively say and say intentionally all the time. So if you come out publicly and you say something like this, you know, it's important for us to defend our black people and black women, black men, our black babies, you know, this, that, and third, and I'm gonna work hard in the community, right? Let's say one of them subsidiaries of one of them billionaire boys clubs, right? They walk up on you. Hey man, you know, you got a lot of influence. You know, we can actually kind of keep you on a particular type of stipend if you just kind of promote more of this and less of that. The commerce is a contract. You accepted the offer to change your principles. And the problem, the reason why it don't work for a lot of people, because deep down inside your soul knows exactly what rings true to it. I'm not talking about people that are on some little finger shit. It's just whatever. You do have genuine psychopaths and sociopaths. I'm talking a majority of these people doing this are not psychopaths or sociopaths. That's why when you look at them, they look toe up in the face after so many years of selling out. You're not selling out on the black community. You're selling out on your soul. And that can go for anybody. White, black, gay, straight, short, tall, fat, black, whatever. Right? You are selling out on your soul. See, when you go over there and you do that weird stuff, Prince Solomon, sincere ignorance, we go to sleep. I mean, we will say, man, that's crazy. You see how they were talking last year? Look how they talking this year. Fine, we move on. Everybody change every day, right? But then you have to go to sleep and your soul is turning around in the bed and saying, I can't believe I just did that shit. I can't believe I just did that. Again, you are not selling out on the public. You are selling out against your higher self. That a lot of times for some of these souls, that is not the original contract that you was intended to come in and do. That is why a lot of times when people get off of their soul quest, you see them become rotten. You see their face become ugly.
They become deformed.
They become deformed. They become divorced. They become crazy. They become drug addicts. Okay?
Become disfigured.
Yeah, let's be real. This is a disfigurement process of the soul. Like, honestly, look, there's people I'm not even cool with. Sinning that we're not even cool with. Because you're selling out against your soul. And the reason why I know, because every time you speak, your voice sounds fragile.
Yeah.
The stuff that we've talked to certain people behind the scenes, the way they had conviction, I felt that Martian energy with them. But publicly, they'll go do something else. They'll say something else, and you can hear the weakness, the timidity in their voice. You can hear the soul being confused. Again, this is, at the end of the day, the ultimate form of enslavement is to get you to betray your soul. Because once you betray your soul, everything drops like the NASDAQ. Your self-esteem drops. Your morale drops. Right? Your boundaries become loose. Why?
And other things too.
You already know. So people can say whatever they want to say, man or woman. I know people like to make it a woman thing. Oh, she went back there. I told y'all stories of dudes that kept saying, I'm a real nigga. I'm this, that, and I never. And I seen him when a $500,000 ride pull up, a $400,000 car pulls up, they sliding around.
That's why I said, what's this whole thing about Megan? She's a pass around, but all of y'all in that industry are pass arounds. Yeah. What we that's that's like what's going on here.
What we doing? Diddy a pass around.
Diddy's a pass around, right?
Come on now.
And then also, like, people was bringing up Cardi. Someone brought up Cardi. I can't mess with Cardi because of some of the things that just was revealed. So I don't mess with Cardi B.
Well, all you can say is this: the debauchery goes everywhere.
Yeah.
That's all we can say.
Sometimes things come to you before it actually comes out.
But y'all will see it.
So y'all see it.
Y'all will see it. In Dallas, Texas, when I was living in Dallas, Texas, finishing up school in Dallas, Texas, high school, a lot of people in the black community already knew about T.D. Jakes. A lot of them, even some of the said lovers, were trying to come forward in Dallas. T.D. Jakes, at one point in time, was king of Dallas. Shouts out to the Dirty South Riders, DSR, Tum Tum, Big Tuck, and all of them boys. But nonetheless, though, the community made sure that he was protected. And then you have to think about those young boys that came out on Eddie Long. They knew they betrayed their soul. Even with the boy that said, "I still smell his cologne on me." That's his soul talking to him. Again, I don't even get mad with people, bro. Your soul got to talk to you everywhere you go. You're on the toilet, your soul talking to you. You're looking in the mirror, your soul talking to you. You making you some PB&J, the soul talking to you. I ain't got to do nothing. I don't have to accuse you. I don't have to chase up behind sin. Y'all don't have to chase up behind nobody about nothing. Trust me.
All the truth is always revealed.
Yeah.
It can never be hidden for too long.
Why you think Diddy was up there smacking and putting his hands on everyone?
Right.
Because his soul, he was being dishonest with his soul.
Right, and also just to say this, I don't know if Megan is a pass around, but my whole point is for people in the industry saying she could be. Ain't no look, if a lot of these people ain't sacred, Meg ain't sacred either, possibly either. But the whole point is people try to bully her like she's a pass around. They all are in that industry. So what makes her special in that area? If you got everybody being allegedly passed around, people alleging that Ye has been passed around. Everybody hasn't been allegedly passed around. According to people in that industry. I don't know, because some people be on some type of medications and stuff. But the truth will always come to light for the people who are spreading lies.
Also, I want to ask you all a question in the chat. And also to those individuals you guys like to ask about the super chat. You had to go to our Patreon because this channel had been demonetized some time ago. Whatever.
And Cashapp.
We do have a Cashapp too. It's on the screen. So if you want to do that as well, because I know some people they ask about what's up with the super chat. Also, the other side is this, and when I ask the chat this, you all, because you guys are very intelligent. Honestly, do you think in 3 years Meg Thee Stallion will still be here?
If Jay-Z, Beyonce is yes, if not, probably not.
Even if they are, that's how cold-blooded the Carters are.
That's if. But if they feel, it looked like they really have taken fond of Megan Thee Stallion. So if Jay-Z and Beyonce not here, then probably not. But if they are, then she still be there.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but also Jay-Z also looked like he was really supporting Kaepernick. Look, man, them hustlers. Them Carters are hustlers.
I'm a hustler.
Yeah.
I'm a hustler, baby.
He did tell you what it was.
Nigga, then you know I be lying.
Yeah, he told you what it was.
Jay-Z be a big ass liar.
I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler. Nigga ask about me. Wow. I'm a hustler.
Megan may not be around because of the contracts she signed. None of these people, look, some people last longer with these death contracts than others.
Also, there's a film was it a film or a series on Netflix called Hollywood. If you want to talk about pass-arounds, it's actually based loosely on a true story of a man that used to work at a gas station, but it also it was double-sided as a space where stars can buy sex by men and by women, but mostly men.
This is basically a trafficking extortion hub.
Right.
You know.
So, you guys want to talk about Megan and pass-arounds, then go check out the movie Hollywood on Netflix. And it's on the screen right there. Y'all can check it out. Starring Ryan, I think, what is it? Ryan Murphy's, they say Empty Dreamland. People were giving it bad reviews in Hollywood because it told the truth. You know. But check it out and check out the debauchery. Check out how they handled Rock Hudson and what he had to do.
Rock Hudson was, to your point, Prince, he was exploited even by, this is what I'm saying, even by other gay men in power.
Come on now.
It's something wrong with certain type of gay men where they be in power and they be exploiting their own community. But anyway, did he? Allegedly. But Rock Hudson,
Yeah, and look,
he ended up getting eventually HIV and dying.
Yeah.
HIV turning into AIDS and then dying.
Yeah, and this is the character and the actor. This is Rock Hudson on the right, and this is the actor that plays him. And basically, to Sin's point, even when he goes for a casting call, the first thing the casting agent does to him is that you mind taking your pants down? Now, Rock Hudson, wanting fame, wanting to make it, at first he thought about it, and then he was like, no, and then he eventually came back and said, yes, I do want to make it.
Right. Well, and it's also in this story they did it was a little bit goofy because they tried to do this Disney ending of what would have happened if Hollywood would have became better and purer. But overall, you're still right that it's still revealed for people who didn't know certain truths. They actually had child prostitution though.
Absolutely.
There was the guy who there was a documentary who showed some guy he was a child prostitute with grown adults. It's on some Epstein stuff. Grown adults was having sex with him. He said like since the age of 11.
Right.
Then he went in and started his own prostitution ring in Hollywood where he was service
stars,
prominent executives behind the scenes and also closeted stars. And then also, just to add to this because this was kind of funny, Strategy King said Beyonce too busy shining the shoes of Taylor Swift lately for her to care about me. But to get back to what you were saying, Prince, I mean, first we get into a civil war inside the chat. First name, last name says Strategy King, boy, bye. Black people make me laugh. Y'all funny.
They do. Just to put that out there. So, I mean, if you go back, even somebody like Clive Davis, you got to remember Clive Davis is so old. He was in this space.
He was his old
ass. He brings it over to the black space.
His old bisexual ass.
Yeah, Clive Davis has schmoozed with a lot of these people. Rock Hudson, Lucille Ball. There's a lot of. Remember, if you go to history, see what we're seeing right now with T.D. Jakes and P. Diddy. The narrative is nothing new. Most of your Hollywood stars from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, most of them on screen were gay.
Yeah, and Rock Hudson couldn't act.
No, he couldn't. But you know why he got that? It was on some
Ryan Reynolds shit. It took him like 20 years before he started to actually become a good actor, but he didn't have the natural acting chops.
So this has been going on for a long time. This is why I said some of you all's favorite black actors, actresses, rappers, and rapstress. It would, like they said, it would break your heart.
And I'm not
like Christian Keys. It would break your heart.
And I'm not in the dealing of outing people. This channel is not about outing people. It's about outing predators. All right. Yeah. So if you someone who's predatory and been, sexually assaulting people and messing with kids and stuff, then yes, we're gonna talk crap about you.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can get over to our Patreon too. We have some exclusive podcasts over there. We appreciate you all having patience during this stream. I know for some of you all, I was like, man, what's going on here, shouty? Right? We appreciate you all so much, the love and the participation that you all have given us. And one thing I love about the think tank, you guys are very open-minded. You guys just want to know exactly what's up. Right? Y'all just want to know what's up.
Also, for Strategy Funny, he said, you gonna go after my boy Ye in the chat. I'm gonna go after your girl Beyonce.
That's fine, and let it begin.
That's fine for us, but I know y'all gonna have y'all wars.
Jason Lee trying to come after Beyonce too.
Does that have a connection to do with Ye? Cause they all be setting each other up. Where's that Illuminati button, Prince?
Yeah. The shiny new Illuminati.
Is Ye using Jason to set up Beyonce?
Also, I'm gonna put this on the screen.
Is Ye a Splinter Cell or is he really a Brady Bottom? Which one is he? Find out next time on Thought Crimes.
Next time on the L Word for Men. I want to put this on the screen. I believe the family did sell it, but this is Sumner Redstone. He's dead now. A very powerful billionaire, a very powerful tycoon. In fact, you can read a book on Sumner Redstone that I read about with his aggressive tactics, how he's basically re-engineered the entertainment industry, right? And I'm not saying for the good or better. He was just a very shrewd, sharkish motherfucker. As you can see on his face, he looked like he did, right? Now, Sumner Redstone, to show you about power. This is why we talked about the whole Diddy debacle and the whole Diddy situation. Okay? Sumner Redstone had several allegations. Him said to have assaulted, young people in the back of limos, right? But because of the type of power he was moving with at the time, you never heard about it. And they used to say, they stated with Sumner Redstone, that he was a habitual violator. Ladies and gentlemen, the devil came to collect concerning Diddy. The devil came to collect concerning Diddy. You can sit up there all day, but the people behind the power are even orchestrating these other little people to get thrown out.
Mm-hmm.
And some of your favorite celebrities,
Deep state wars.
Deep state whores. Some of your favorite celebrities will bunny hop on a tennis court for a billionaire. Okay?
Or be the concubine of the Smiths.
There's another one, right? So just put that out there. My thing is this, for you all to continue to have a healthy self-esteem, because some of these people try to play you like you're unaccomplished because maybe by the age of 30 you didn't make it onto BET. Maybe by the age of 25 you didn't get your first million.
And what we know, certain people was running through people on BET.
Yeah.
And trying to turn straight men gay.
Well, and that's the compromise. Where would your resistance be? Look what D. Bradley talked about it. It's not even about the act of being gay or homosexual. It's the act of moving a potential slave past the point where there's the most resistant, particularly a straight person. Again, this ain't about it could be with a gay person, and maybe they don't want to have sex with this said person or underage individual, but they will put up these toxic Sankofas in the entertainment industrial complex. And also, as we see by way of the right media online and the left media, they'll put up these toxic Sankofas to see how dedicated you are to enslavement.
Mm-hmm.
Sin, do you have any final words while we have this goblin on the screen?
It's disgusting, and we're going to be bringing up these white power holders as well. I'm tired of all these alternative medias on the left and right dissing black people. And let them. I don't care. But we need our own media hub. And that's what we're going to get, and that's what we're going to do. And then also, yes, there's a question that I'll ask again to the audience. Y'all are going to help us solve this issue on some Scooby-Doo shit. Is Ye a bratty bottom in the closet, or is he a splinter cell? I'm sure y'all will gather information as well and let us know.
All right, we are out. Peace.
Peace.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you
Charlemagne to DJ Envy, what a thoughtful gift.
Very thoughtful.
Second of all, you got a fine booty.
Thank you, Godfather.
You really do.
Yes.
Slap it one time. Just
Slap it one time, Godfather.
Hold on.
Hey! If Tekashi 6ix9ine,
Guys.
if Tekashi 6ix9ine beats this case, I'll suck his dick. He don't even have to ask me.
Shit.
Envy always says I'm his favorite a-hole. Right?
Right.
So I decided to bring him my a-hole. Now
There
you
you
can
go.
take me home with him.
Nothing says Merry Christmas.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you...
But you gotta own it. And if you can't pull up on the bar off of who you are, you have to pull up on the bar off of who God is.
Yes.
That he chose you.
Right, the black dress and this dress are made by a designer for Givenchy named Riccardo Tisci. He's a very good friend of Kanye's. I didn't say a word.
Yeah. I gotta leave at 2 o'clock. I'm gonna see the ladies like go out, but it costs like $3. I'm gonna talk to you right now. They are trained, they will have budget of full kind.
I look at it and say, well, you're somebody's wife now, but I get it. Because Kanye was probably in the corner talking about, yes, hunty.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you...
Assaulting young black girls.
Number one, he taught me how to eat ass.
Shout out to Kelly.
I learned how to eat ass because of the R. Kelly tape.
That's true.
And the come Pete come thing is still one of the most
legendary,
incredible things I've ever seen in my life. I still don't understand how a man could come and then pee right after coming and then come again. That happened.
Wait,
Mark.
that happened?
He busted a nut on this little 14-year-old girl. Then he peed on me like it was like the sperm came out, pee came out, sperm came out again. And he's told her, let it drip.
Liquid sandwich, bro.
I never seen no shit like that in my life.
Jesus.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you...
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
Look back on where I became.
Did you miss me though? For real, because it seems like a thing.
I
It was
miss
his
partying
birthday
with
party,
Puff, man.
But I'm talking about for your birthday.
Diddy, Red penned an open letter in Rolling Stone about her experience. She spoke to me about the events that she says traumatized her.
I don't think people understand what it's like to be traumatized by somebody famous and rich, because you can't get away from them.
Tiffany Red has written for the likes of Zendaya, Jason Derulo, and Jennifer Hudson. In 2015, she became friends with Cassie while writing songs for her album. At that point, Cassie and Diddy had been together for nearly 8 years. In a lawsuit Cassie filed last month, she detailed the abuse she says Diddy committed, including physical assault. Red says although she did not know about the alleged physical assault while working with Cassie, she did witness verbal abuse on more than one occasion. One of which took place during Cassie's 29th birthday in 2015. Red says Diddy showed up at karaoke, where Cassie and a group of friends were celebrating.
So he had her backed into the corner, and he was like cussing her out with his hand in her face.
Later that night, Red, who was staying at Cassie's home, says she awoke to screaming.
He's standing in the living room area, and she's there, and he was like emotional singing, there you are. And I just was like, oh, he's talking to me. And I remember, I don't know if you know what his voice sounds like, but I felt like I was in the presence of his monster inside. And I remember looking in his eyes, and I said to him, what did y'all do? Because I could see that she was really sedated. That was the first time I ever seen her high before. And then he says, tell your girl she wants some birthday. And we were like, well, I mean, he's saying this to me, and I'm like, well, she doesn't have to have sex with you if she doesn't want to. He was upset, I guess that she didn't want to do with him whatever he wanted. I don't know. I don't feel like I could advocate for myself in that moment, like I realized like, oh, this guy is dangerous.
Red says it was only a few months ago that Cassie told her what was really going on that night in 2015, that it all stemmed from the music executive wanting her to take part in what he called a freak-off against her will.
What did Cassie tell you about these freak-offs? You know, that he would hire these like sex workers and like they would have, you know, sex with her or whatever, and he would watch and tell them what to do.
In her lawsuit, Cassie alleges she was forced to participate in freak-offs throughout her relationship with Diddy. Red learning recently one horrific detail from Cassie.
She told me the only time he was willing to do anything or work on her music, go through any plans, any of that, was when she had a freak-off. So all of our music, all my work, to find out that like I spent all these years writing these songs for him to rape my friend to, like, is just disgusting.
In the lawsuit, Cassie detailed the physical abuse she says Diddy committed, including an instance where she was put in a hotel room for days to heal. Red says Cassie recently told her about Diddy giving her a black eye before the premiere of her 2016 film, The Perfect Match.
I remember one time her telling me that, I think it might have been The Perfect Match, that movie that she was in, and she told me that she had a black eye under her makeup.
Do you believe Diddy is a dangerous person?
Yes, I do.
Why?
I mean, look at his rap sheet.
An attorney for Cassie declined to comment. Diddy's attorney did not respond. In 2015, Diddy was arrested on 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon and other charges for allegedly beating up his son's football coach. Prosecutors declined to file felony charges related to that arrest. 24 hours after Cassie filed her lawsuit, she and Diddy announced that they had reached an undisclosed settlement. Combs released a statement saying, "We have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best." His lawyer adding that the settlement was, quote, "in no way an admission of wrongdoing."
I mean, I just feel like it's PR. He's settled because he doesn't want to go to court.
Diddy's music career spans 3 decades, including 3 Grammy Awards, and the creation of Bad Boy Records, representing artists from Mary J. Blige to the late Notorious B.I.G. In September, he was awarded MTV's Global Icon Award. But since the allegations surfaced, Hulu scrapped a reality series about his family, and the Recording Academy said they are considering to rescind his invite to this year's Grammys.
You know, I think a lot of people, especially in the black community, are, you know, I've seen the narrative of like, you know, they just trying to take a black man down. And it's just like, that's not what this is about. That's not what this is about. This is about accountability and a reckoning. Like, that's just the bottom line.
As for what justice looks like,
I think justice looks like Diddy being behind bars. And I also think that justice looks like everybody getting retribution for all of the things. The amount of therapy, like I just said, all of the moments, the time, like these are our careers.
And Chloe is back with us now. You hear her saying justice looks like Diddy behind bars. Is there a possibility that could still happen? Where does the criminal case stand?
So Cassie filed her federal civil suit here in New York, and the NYPD has come out and said that there is no investigation into Diddy right now. Now, that doesn't mean that the district attorney of Manhattan isn't looking into something, or perhaps investigations going on behind the scenes, but publicly, on the record, no such investigation has been confirmed. And also, there have been other lawsuits of some women coming forward with other similar accusations and allegations. And who knows if others might come forward as well. Remember, the Adult Survivors Act is set to expire at the end of this month in the state of California. And we know that Diddy, that is where he has primarily resided. So you never know if others might come forward between now and the new year.
And you spent so much time talking with Tiffany, and you can tell, even watching that back, not being in the room with her, that she has been so deeply impacted by what she says she witnessed. She has been able to sort of take this and turn it in a way, right? Can you explain that?
So she calls herself an activist, right? She's not just a singer, songwriter who's worked with so many stars, like I mentioned.
Oh, fucking with me. Talking about that. Is that a Confederate hat he wearing? Yeah, nigga. Hell you talking about? This is heritage. My granddaddy's, Pappy's daddy's and his brother fought as a Confederate soldier. Then my mama's daddy, which is my granddaddy, Freddie White, fought in the Air Force. Fuck you talking about, nigga? Uncle Joe went? Yeah, nigga, I'm the, yeah, fuck you talking about?
I just had the soldier boy's ass fucking with me by my hat. Now I'm minding my motherfucking business today, boys and girls. You hear me? This is a lesson all boys and girls need to learn today. Mind your motherfucking business when you're out and about in public. And now I done went to Juicy Soul Food Cafe to go get me beef tips and rice, Juicy Soul.
What do you think about Black Little Mermaid?
Give us a black Santa Claus. We don't want a black mermaid. We want a black Santa Claus.
And taking presents away though.
You know, hey, did you ever hear this conspiracy?
Not racist.
Yeah,
I want to see Mama kissing a black Santa Claus, coming down the chimney, eating cookies, kissing somebody mama.
Oh, wow, you want to see a black man kiss a white woman?
Yeah, and then he go to jail. Every goddamn day I would walk down California Street, say, hey, what's going on, brother? Hey, what's going on, brother? Say, how you doing, sister? Them niggas didn't know how to respond to me. They think this is a cane. This ain't no motherfucking cane. This for a bunch of niggas gonna fucking with me, like they did to Shocky.
The words Kanye West and controversy pretty much live in the same sentence. So why is anyone surprised that he went this far? Hey guys, I'm Lindsay Granger for Buzz 60. It's regarded by many as one of the most racist symbols in America, yet Mr. West features it in the back of his pop-up shop in Los Angeles, the Confederate flag. Yes, you heard me correctly. The flag used by extremist groups like the KKK is now part of Kanye's brand. And no, he didn't stop there. He also uses the image on t-shirts sold in his store and on tour. Many have lashed out at Kanye on social media, saying things like, if you think Kanye using the Confederate flag in merch is an empty stylistic gesture, you're losing. And I lost respect for Kanye with the Confederate flag on merchandise. And Mr. G. Christopher says what most are thinking, what is wrong with this dude? The rapper shared his thoughts on the backlash to the LA radio station 97.1 AMP, saying people should, quote, react how you want. He also said, quote, I took the Confederate flag and made it my flag. It's my flag now, so what are you gonna do? Well, you are already Jesus, Kanye. I mean Yeezus. So I guess there's not much we can do but sigh. Buzz 60. Now you know, pass it on.
Nigga, I'm just like you. Niggas never loved us. Do a little every shot. Look at you, look at you, and look at you. I'm glad that it chose us.